So it's about time you spruced up your home. Nothing major. You're not looking to spend a ton, but you are looking for something that'll give your quarters a little upgrade. You know, there are a lot of things you can do with glass. Simply beveling your mirrors can do wonders. You can mill out your wood cabinet doors and replace the center with attractive glass inserts, or customize them with unique handcrafted artistry, or maybe a theme. You could even install a new glass shower door and add some real appeal to your bathroom. They're all pretty affordable home improvements, and Les's Glass Service has been helping homeowners like you for just about longer than anyone in town. You probably don't realize how affordably we can help you reach your home's full potential, but we do, and we can show you countless options. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
The Lucaless Mavericks return to face the Bucks.
And Lopez, three-pointer from deep, and he buries it from the left side. That could be your dagger tonight.
Our coverage starts tonight at 6 with Buck Shoot Around. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, March 5th, our top story, a wet mess across southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Erik Bilstad, a long address to Congress.
I'm Debbie Lozica, and those wet roads, they're going to make things interesting. So at the moment, we're looking okay. Volume is relatively low. Speeds are pretty much standard across the area, and no incidents up on the board. I'm Debbie Lozica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Wet today on our way to a high of 45 degrees. Things should come to an end tonight with snow showers and a low down to 24. Right now, a mild 41. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, wet, sloppy, gusty as well today as this system makes its way through southeast Wisconsin. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore reporting strong winds behind this morning's rain will cause a sharp drop in temperatures come afternoon.
Once we hit lunchtime, that's when you're going to start to notice the changes. Winds switch out of the northwest, snow starts to mix in, and temperatures fall. We're talking temperatures near freezing. That is going to be a concern with wet roadways still possible. Anything that's untreated could freeze up pretty quickly as those temperatures fall.
Wind advisory for all of southeast Wisconsin set to take effect at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 6:10.
In Washington,
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Trump's first address to a joint session of Congress since retaking office, telling lawmakers and the nation that, quote, America is back, while touting the flurry of actions he's taken over the first 6 weeks of his second term.
The president made his case for tariffs, saying there'll only be
a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
And he said on April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in.
Whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
Earlier in the day, the U.S. imposed 25% tariffs on nearly all goods imported from Mexico and Canada. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin delivering the Democratic Party response to the speech, echoing a theme Democrats have been using since the president took office again.
President Trump is trying to deliver an unprecedented giveaway to his billionaire friends. He's on the hunt to find trillions of dollars to pass along to the wealthiest in America. And to do that, he's going to make you pay in every part of your life. Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out a credible plan to deal with either of those.
Senator Slotkin also criticizing Elon Musk, calling Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Tariff activity devastating the markets on Tuesday. Futures are up at the moment, but what else could be hit the hardest?
It's always the consumers that will be hit ultimately with this.
That's James Vanderloo, head of the OEC Group Milwaukee. He told us on Wisconsin's Afternoon News how quickly we could see these prices go up at the stores.
We heard from the CEOs of Best Buy and some others that you're going to be feeling this in potentially weeks.
Because anything that now leaves from Canada, Mexico, or China is subject to those tariffs. Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Public Schools has reached a contract agreement with the new superintendent, Dr. Brenda Casilius. It was Tuesday's special board meeting. The president of the board, Marva Herndon, expressed optimism for the future of the district.
With Dr. Casilius at the helm, The board is confident that our district will continue to rise to the challenges of an ever-changing educational landscape.
Casilius will begin leading MPS March 15th. Her contract for 2 years. Board also agreed Tuesday to an agreement with the city of Milwaukee regarding school resource officers. The cost to replace the officers in schools split 50-50 between the city and MPS.
Charges for a former Greenfield police officer accused of recording underage girls.
41-year-old Fernando Bustos of Greendale faces one felony count of invasion of privacy with a surveillance device of victims under the age of 18. Bustos was a security coordinator with Cristo Rey Jesuit High School. In reviewing his school-issued laptop, authorities noticed 379 videos, many of which showed girls changing in the locker room between May of 24 and February of 25. One video revealed the defendant installing a video camera inside the girls' locker room. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Isolated infections now reported in 9 other states as the measles outbreak in Texas is growing.
State health officials have confirmed 159 measles cases related to the outbreak in rural West Texas, including 1 death and 22 hospitalizations. It's causing concern in the state's largest cities, too.
The remedy is being vaccinated.
Houston Mayor John Whitmire is urging constituents who aren't sure of their measles vaccination status.
Take the precaution of being vaccinated.
Doctors statewide are watching for measles symptoms in their patients. High fever, a runny nose and cough, and the distinctive red rash. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Coming up, getting serious about Swiss. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. College? You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. Hi, it's Gina Della from Pella. With Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you get so much more than stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. A 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Our expert installers are available year-round and can install in as little as a day. If something ever goes wrong, Pella will handle it ASAP because you work with the same team from start to finish. Oh my gosh, why wait? Get the Pella experience and this incredible deal. 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Vita Hearing Care. Life is sweeter with better hearing, I know, and Vita has given me better hearing. Vita Hearing Care wants you to hear the sweet sounds of spring and summer like I now do. They'll allow you to test their hearing aids and demo the benefits. You'll receive a set of free trial aids to take home. Try for a week. They were named the best of Racine County from the Journal Times in 2024. I know they're the best. Local and family-owned, 2 locations in Mount Pleasant and Waterford. VitaHearingCare.com. That's VITA HearingCare.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:08.
A halftime speech from Bucks coach Doc Rivers with a visual aid. We got sports at 6:15.
Learning some more details about a missing teenager from Oak Creek. 13 years old, Lillian Asala walked out of her house Saturday, March 1st on foot. This is near Pennsylvania and Forest Hill. Last known location was at a park near Drexel and Clement in Oak Creek. Her phone was found at that skate park Sunday. And we have photos online at WTMJ.com.
Every 2 years, our country gets real serious about cheese.
Pam Hodson with Sartori Cheese says the stakes are high when you're competing against 2,000 other contestants.
If
us or anybody else can win our class or win the whole contest. It's just huge for us from a marketing standpoint.
Hodson says even with all the technical judging that's happening, she says making great cheese has always been the goal throughout the year.
At Sartori, we talk about making the best cheese in the world, which very much is inspirational.
Sean Brinda, WTMJ News.
Winners of the U.S. Cheese Championship due to be announced in Ashwaubenon on Thursday. 6:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Are you ready to embark on a voyage like no other? At Fox World Travel, our specialty cruise desk creates unforgettable cruise experiences just for you. Explore the serene Mediterranean, the exotic Caribbean, or the breathtaking beauty of Alaska. We partner with top cruise lines including Celebrity, Holland America, Royal Caribbean, and Viking. Enjoy personalized itineraries, exclusive deals, and expert guidance. From booking to boarding, we manage all the details for a stress-free experience. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO, press 2, and mention code RADIO to start planning.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ANSAY.com. That's ANSAY.com.
At 6:10, a first look at the morning drive. Debbie.
Looking good. Everything is wet, but moving along relatively well. We got light volume and pretty much standard speeds. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Rain showers this morning, switching over to snow showers as we get into this afternoon. As colder air wraps in and winds become very strong, we'll see gusts near 40 to 45 miles per hour this afternoon. Temperatures will fall near freezing by 6 p.m. Tonight, snow showers come to an end. Watch out for some slippery spots. Very breezy with low temperatures in the 20s. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Breezy early with a high temperature near 40. Mostly cloudy on Friday as the system passes to our south. Could see some snow showers towards the state line with highs in the upper 30s. Saturday, partly cloudy, high temperatures in the 40s. Could see a few flurries Saturday night. Then for Sunday, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 41 degrees. This morning, expecting negotiations on tariffs. A message from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky suggesting a mineral rights deal and a pathway to ending the war with Russia. And praise and criticism of President Trump's 100 minutes long address to a joint session of Congress.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
Live in Washington this morning, joined now by ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy. Stephen, good morning. Let me ask you this to start. You've been gathering reaction to the president's address. So did you talk to one Democrat who had one positive takeaway from the speech, or any Republican who was critical of the speech in any way?
No, we've not heard any Democrats. Right. No, listen, and when you saw it last night, Democrats largely sat on their hands, and if they rose, it was probably in the case of Al Green of Texas to shake his cane at the president and ultimately created such a disruption. He was ordered removed by the speaker, by the sergeant-at-arms, and I've never seen that before. I'm not sure it's ever happened before. And then you saw other Democrats stand up to walk out of the room. But otherwise, Democrats sat on their hands as Republicans jumped repeatedly to applaud the president. And even in moments where you'd expect that the president honored some of the guests in the gallery, that some of those moments might spark bipartisan applause, they didn't because of the just the tone and the nature of the speech and the way Democrats were inclined to perceive it. Now, you ask about reaction. There are a couple of instant polls from CBS and CNN overnight among speech watchers giving the president positive marks on the speech. But when you talk to public opinion researchers, and they say, well, look, if you're going to watch last night's speech, you're probably inclined to like the president anyway. And if you are inclined to like this president, you probably thought that last night's speech was one of the best you've ever heard. But if you are not inclined to like the president, you probably thought it was one of the worst. So it's polarizing in that way. But then again, it's through the eye of the beholder.
ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy live with us this morning. Appreciate the reaction. Thank you, Stephen.
You bet.
It was a long one. What was it, 100 minutes?
100 minutes. They say it's the longest in modern history.
That's a long speech.
Few of President Clinton's speeches went pretty lengthy, if I recall, but none up to 100 minutes.
That still surprises me, given the showmanship that President Trump likes to take part in. That's a long speech to keep people's attention.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Is you know, like, if you approached it from like, this is a TV show, a lot of folks are watching.
Yes.
You know, how can I hold their attention? Like, go big, go strong, and get out sooner rather than lose people who get bored with the speech or whatever. At the same time, you know what show he loves? His show.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So like that is the moment that he loves more than anything else, is to be up there in that time. So we will continue through the morning to gather reaction to that address and play you some of the highlights on Wisconsin's Morning News.
And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Tax tips brought to you by the Neal Group. For less stress with the IRS, visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL Group.net for a free consultation.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. Tax tip number 3. Do you know who you may be able to claim as a dependent? It is not only your children, plus they don't have to live with you the entire year. Qualifying relatives include parents, foster children, adopted children, brothers, sisters, and other relatives. As a general rule, you must provide over half of their support to be able to claim someone as a dependent. In a divorce situation, the non-custodial parent needs to have Form 8332 signed by the other parent in order to claim that child. This is regardless of what the divorce agreement says. Also, watch out if you have children in college. They may file a tax return claiming themselves. Many times it gives the child no benefit and causes your return to be rejected by the IRS. Good communication is essential in these cases to prevent problems. For more information on this tip and other tax tips, go to nealgroup.net or stop in and see us.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. I have a question for you business owners. How do your books look? Are they ready for your tax return to be prepared? Did you and your accountant talk during the year and develop a plan to minimize your tax bill? Or does this sound like you? You can never get a hold of your CPA. Phone calls are not returned and questions are never answered. Your books are a mess and the bank account hasn't been reconciled since last year. You don't get any advice to help you run your business. That's not the case with the Neal Group. We are advocates and partners with our clients to help them grow. We like to work with you throughout the year to keep your books up to date so you run your business profitably. Are you ready to grow your business, improve cash flow, have less stress, and live a better life? We can help. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net to book a meeting and see if we can help. The first meeting is free. Don't wait, do it now. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
A triple-double from Giannis as the Bucks win again.
Feisty team in the Atlanta Hawks got a thrilling victory last night, but Milwaukee comes away with a 127-121 victory in Atlanta and are 10 games over 500 for the first time this season.
Gabe Knights, what the call on WTMJ. It was a track meet at times as the Bucks had to tighten up the old defense. Coach Doc Rivers had to pull out the TV at halftime.
First half, I didn't think we showed video at halftime where first 3 steps we were jogging, they were running by us. Second half, we didn't do that, and we took that away from them.
Yeah, tighten that D up a little bit. Giannis would have that triple-double, 26, 11, and 10. Lillard chipped in 23. Kuzma and Lopez both had double-doubles. Milwaukee now has won 7 of its last 8, so here we go. It's getting into the end of the season here. Let's get on a roll. Mavericks in town tonight. Our coverage starts at 6 right here on WTMJ. Tip-off at 7.
Bucks are spreading the word about their second annual kind of fancy and fun event to support the team's foundation.
It's a great opportunity to connect directly with the players, our coaches, our owners.
I talked with Marla Hubbard this week. She is the executive director of the Bucks Foundation, the Sixth Man Soiree, as they call it, coming up on March 31st at Fiserv Forum. The event supports the foundation's efforts to battle obesity in the community.
We believe obesity is the root cause of so many chronic diseases, from cardiovascular disease to cancer to diabetes and hypertension. And we feel this is really the big health issue of our time.
Marla Hubbard inviting you and everyone to help fund anti-obesity programs. As she said, all the players will be there. It's March 31st. If you can't make it, live auction opens later this week. Anybody can bid. I've got all the information up in a story on our website, WTMJ.com. You can text BUCKS to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line 855-616-1620. I'll have Pancakes send you the link. Wisconsin basketball at Minnesota tonight. Always a highlight to see if you can get Goldie, the mascot, to spin his gopher head. It's about as good as it gets for Minnesota basketball right now. That's a 7:30 tip in Minneapolis. Badger Sports Update, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. And Marquette on the road as well tonight.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
Start time 7:30 against UConn. Homer and Tony Smith on the call. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
If treating your Top Gun has taught us anything,
the Dallas Mavericks have Luka Doncic, and they traded for Anthony Davis.
It's that the sequel is never as good as the original.
I give you Captain Pete Mitchell, call sign Maverick.
Talk to me, Goose.
The Mavericks head to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks.
Pocket pass to Giannis, who soars in and plunges it through with a one-hand slam.
Our Bucks radio coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
Project is taking shape. We moved this around, changed that, said, what if we tried this here? Vince Vitrano for Inspired Closets Milwaukee, describing the process that we're still in right now with my friends Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets. And this is why you go with a local wife-husband team and not some internet closet company. Katie and Dan came to our home. They started by listening to my wife and me about what we wanted to do with our front closet, what we wanted that closet to do for us. Next step, measurements, pictures, 3D software goes to work. That was all at the kitchen table. Then we followed up with Katie and Dan. They provided plans 1, 2, 3, and then we met at the showroom in Waukesha to tweak things even further. Now we're going through the install, and it's shaping up to be a beautiful project. Improve the look and function of your home, calm the chaos, and cut the clutter. Tell them Vinny sent you to Inspired Days at Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Basement. Water leaks. Cracks in the walls. Had them? Have them? What do I do? Who can I trust?
I'm here to help. This is your Fix-It host, David Nason, with expert advice for my listeners. There's only one company I trust with basements, and that's my friends at Accurate Basement Repair. That's Accurate Basement Repair. And you know what? You're going to get a free expert evaluation on me. Just tell them David Nason, the Fix-It guy, told me to call. Again, that's Accurate Basement Repair. Check them out at AccurateBasementRepair.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 621.
All right, looking pretty good out there. Wet roads, of course, but other than that, light volume and pretty much full freeway speeds. Just be careful out there, but everything's good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Rain, then snow. Windy with falling temps, so kind of a
otherwise
day
nice though. Really,
the high today is 45. It's going to drop to the about 32 by 6 p.m. Tonight, snow is going to end very windy. It's going to be slippery at times, a low of 24. Thursday, sunny, breezy, high of 40. Friday, another chance for light snow and a high of 38. We're back in the 40s this weekend. Right now, at 6:22, it's 41 degrees.
This morning, prayers for Pope Francis as he battles several serious health issues. On this Ash Wednesday, he is not leading services today at the Vatican. The Cardinal stepping in for him.
This kind of infection that he has fought off, and now these complications aren't unusual for a man of his age, and they are taking it day by day.
ABC's Terry Moran reporting there. The Pope said to have had a peaceful night. This morning, sounds of Mardi Gras fading on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Today begins the Christian holy season of Lent, coming off Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday, or Punchki Day, depending on how you want to call it.
Ash Wednesday now.
Yeah, put away the accordion for another year over there at National Bakery. Had a raisin for the first time, Punchki. One of the classics, the prune, the raisin, whatever. Let me tell you what I was surprised by. No filling.
Oh, just the raisin in the center, huh?
There was nothing
not
in the center.
cream or any...
It was more like a fritter.
Oh.
It was fine. I just was expecting the filling.
Some would prefer the fritter.
Yeah, so anyway, time to talk about the reason for the season, the business of fasting and of Lent. Mm-hmm. You know this guy. I worked over at TMJ4 for many years. One of the smartest guys in our newsroom was assignment manager Mark Krieger.
Oh, yeah. Remember that name.
And Mark is now in the same role. He's over at Fox 6 now. But Mark would grow frustrated every year with a lack of understanding of the various implications, the practices of Lent not being fully understood by news writers, reporters, producers. Mm-hmm, so he annually would put out this treatise, if you will. It was like a reference guide. And it was very much appreciated. It was well received because not everybody comes from the same religious background, right? But you're asked as a journalist to go out and cover some sort of religious event. So Mark would send reporters out to things, and maybe you're covering a Catholic mass and you're not Catholic, right? So you referred back to Mark's notes. Wanted things to be right, wanted people to be informed. So I share a couple of thoughts from Krieger from his note that he would hand out annually on this day. The following is some information you may find useful in covering and writing stories about the season of Lent. Lent is celebrated by Christians, Baptists, Congregational, Episcopalian, Lutheran, Presbyterian, Roman Catholic, United Church of Christ, United Methodist, and non-denominational Christian churches. We should not write, just because we attended one denomination's mass or service, that they are the only ones observing the season. So in other words, he's like, take it outside of the church or parish or wherever you were and understand this is a larger event. The first day of Lent is known as Ash Wednesday. Ashes are normally placed on the foreheads of the faithful during religious services. This is most often, Krieger writes, by members of the Roman Catholic faith, although it is becoming more ecumenical in recent years. The placing of ashes on oneself hints at an ancient ritual of covering oneself in ashes and penitence. Also reminds people that they are dust and is a public showing of repentance. Usually the ashes come from dried palms from Palm Sunday the previous year. Lent itself runs for 40 days. This parallels the 40 days Jesus spent fasting and in prayer in the wilderness. Goes into a little bit more about the root of the word. Again, I'm sharing comments from my former assignment manager, Mark Krieger, over at TMJ4. The word Lent comes from the Anglo-Saxon meaning springtime, or when the days lengthen. Lent runs from Ash Wednesday until Holy Week, which begins with Palm Sunday, includes Maundy or Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Saturday's Easter Vigil. Quick aside, I grew up Catholic and I was an altar boy. If you're planning on attending the Saturday evening Easter Vigil Mass, bring snacks. That's a long one. Oh, boy. I had to do that one year. I got to sign that instead of Easter Sunday.
So you have the peanut butter crackers?
My goodness. You might not make it through.
You got the little crackly wrapper.
Someone have candy in here? This all leads up to Easter, which brings the new season of Eastertide. The color of the season is purple. This is also a sign of repentance. Also, Catholics and Episcopalians attend Mass, by the way, everyone else services. And then Krieger writes, and this was important, finally, this note is not intended to slight or offend staff members of other faiths. If anyone would like to write up a message about Yom Kippur or Hanukkah, Ramadan, or any other holy day or season as they come up on the calendar, please do so, as it can be a learning experience for all of us.
So drive-through Ash Wednesday for you, Debbie? Are you stopping in at the...
It's an evening service.
You do an evening
so
today?
It's after work. So
okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Some people like to do it quick. Hit the
first thing
the
in the morning.
lunchtime or in the morning.
And you may see that if folks around your office or work or school or wherever have that the ashes in the cross on the forehead. That's what that is from. News about your money this morning, and thanks to Mark Krieger, friend of the program. News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell another 670 points to 42,521. The NASDAQ down 65 to 18,285. S&P 500 finished the day at 5778. That was off 72 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hi, I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. If you're in or near retirement, you're facing one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. When to take Social Security. Should you claim it now or wait for a bigger benefit? The wrong decision could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in lost income. And once you lock in your choice, there's no do-over. The truth is, Social Security is more complicated than most people think. The age you file, your marital status, other income sources, all of it impacts how much you'll receive. And in today's economy with rising costs and uncertainty about future benefits, you need to make every dollar count. At Drake & Associates, we help hardworking Americans make smart decisions about retirement. Income is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap, and we'll help you navigate every turn so you can maximize your benefits and keep more of what you earned. Don't make this decision blindly. Get the facts and a plan today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Inside, you'll learn strategies to help optimize your Social Security, reduce taxes, and create a retirement income plan that works for you. But don't wait. These resources are only available while supplies last. Secure your future today. Text SS to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping you retire with confidence.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
At 6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, March 5th, our top story. Rain and snow making a mess in southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A death investigation in Caledonia.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and everything seems to be moving along wet, but all the way around the area. No major delays. It's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Still some rain this morning. This afternoon, transitioning to snow with falling temperatures. Some accumulation is possible, a high of 45 degrees. And temperatures dropping to the freezing mark by 6 o'clock tonight.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump's congressional address met with rousing applause on the Republican side and stony silence or cries of lies on the Democratic side. ABC's Karen Travers with more from Washington.
The only thing that came close to a bipartisan moment was applause for the family of Corey Comprator, who was killed at the president's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania last summer. That was it. It was the only thing that got many Democrats on their feet. Certainly was not policy comments from the president throughout this speech.
The president vowing to continue his swift campaign to reshape the federal government and to radically reform longstanding policies on the economy, immigration, and foreign policy. The IRS is the latest government agency drafting up plans to cut its workforce roughly in half. Israel has once again cut off food, medicine, and other supplies to Gaza. Now that the first phase of the ceasefire has ended, Israel so far delaying moving into phase 2. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, much of southeast Wisconsin having already gotten plenty of rain. The precipitation later today will turn to wet, slushy snow. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore says a low-pressure system moving through the area will be the first, north and west of Milwaukee will be the first to see snow.
Even out towards Beaver Dam, even close to West Bend. You could see some of that mix occurring by lunchtime today. Most areas, though, don't see it start to occur until closer to 2, 3 in the afternoon, northwest of Milwaukee, and then the entire metro area starts to see that switch over as we get towards 4 or 5 p.m.
So something to watch for. Those slushy accumulations may impact the afternoon drive, as will the gusty winds. Wind advisory takes effect at 2 o'clock this afternoon for all of southeast Wisconsin. Get your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast at 6:40.
Police in Caledonia are investigating a homicide this morning. WTMJ's Adam Roberts live in the Breaking News Center.
Erik, that department receiving a call late on Tuesday that a teen had possibly killed his mother in the Racine County village. When authorities arrived, the 15-year-old surrendered immediately. Officers found a woman dead inside the home that was later identified as the teen's mom. That teen remains in custody this morning.
Person in custody after a suspicious item was located in Sheboygan, the sheriff's office there, saying deputies responded to 13th and New York Avenue about 8:45 Tuesday morning. Evacuated the area, dealt with the device which did not contain explosives. Charges are pending, however, against a 42-year-old man from Sheboygan.
Milwaukee Public Schools has a contract with new superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselius. During a special meeting Tuesday night, board president Marva Herndon expressing optimism for the future of the district.
With Dr. Caselius at the helm,
The board is confident that our district will continue to rise to the challenges of an ever-changing educational landscape.
Contract begins March 15th. It's for 2 years. The board also approved an agreement with the city regarding school resource officers. The cost to place those officers in schools will be split 50-50 between the city and the district.
3 people from Brookfield charged now with rolling back car odometers. Marvin Reed Trotter, Nicole Cavins, and Marvel Trotter face a combined 37 felony charges for theft, for buying used vehicles, rolling back the odometers, altering car titles, and then they're accused of reselling them on Facebook Marketplace for a profit. Investigators found 70 vehicles had over 4 million miles allegedly removed, while the 3 owned an auto body shop in Butler.
Cheese Championship, testing the cheeses. More than 100 at the U.S. Cheese Championship contest in Ashwaubenon. It's important to get the best cheese samples, Judge Steve Schenkowski tells WTMJ.
What you're trying to do is get a core sample down to the center of the block, because a lot of times you'll find that if there's uneven cooling, if it didn't get cooled fast enough, the center of the cheese will be different than the surface of the cheese.
Schenkowski says the best part of the judging is, of course, eating.
Well,
yes, that's the best part of the competition.
Yeah, I really like the eating part. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Coming up, so why do you want the job?
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
How do we keep our prices so low? That's easy. We've removed the middlemen. Yep, most landscape suppliers have a couple of them in there, and that's okay. But each one of those men in the middle means a higher cost for your mulch, decorative stone, flagstone, and boulders. Feel free to check around. For the quality of our products, you won't find better prices. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You know, most mulch is reclaimed from landfills, but Erickson's mulch is ground from whole trees. Yep, we process the mulch ourselves to keep the prices nice and low, and use only premium colorant so the beautiful look of new mulch lasts. At Erickson's, we never skimp, and that's why first-time shoppers become repeat customers. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Bucks with another back-to-back. We play tonight, coming off a win. We got sports at 6:45.
Lost in some of the coverage on Tuesday night regarding the president's speech was what was happening in Milwaukee with the MPS board approving a couple of things. One, the SROs. SROs are now supposed to come back here within the next 10 days. And not only that, but the board also approving the contract for a new superintendent, Dr. Brenda Cassellius.
I'm used to working with our police community, and so we're just going to make sure that it's a good implementation, that we're working with the full community and our school communities on the implementation.
That's the superintendent there speaking with TMJ4 News. So TMJ4 is Megan Lee asking her about, okay, got to get rolling now. Are you ready for this?
When you applied for this position, did you think you were going to, start March 15th and have the boots on the ground already?
I did not.
Okay.
No, but I'm willing and able, ready to roll up my sleeves and get started with the board and the full community.
Yeah, and here we go.
Yeah, weren't they talking about like early summer or late spring, like a June date for having things finalized and wrapped up?
Really moving quickly on
Well, there's
this.
not time to sit around and wait for, what's next. Because this interim period then, Galvan is in there now as interim superintendent. How much does he want to do if somebody else is coming in? So, all right, fine. Let's go.
Boots on the ground. Here we go. March
6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling and J&B Construction. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. You want a personal referral? Happy to do that for you. Just had another friend reach out, ask if I could get him in touch with Johnson & Sons. They've got a huge commercial parking lot at their business, not even just for customers, but also some pretty big trucks shipping and receiving, moving in and out. So I reach out to my man, Jeff Johnson, over there. I make the connection. They're talking dates through the walkthrough. And the part I love the best is, and Jeff copies me on these emails back to my friends, right? So I'm in the loop. I'll be able to discuss options. Jeff tells my guy, no obligation quote on the work that you need done. Let me make an introduction for you, or just tell him Vinny sent you. Plenty of Johnsons over there. No subcontractors. Asphalt and concrete. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
At 20-7, wet roads to start, Debbie.
Yep, and things are moving along relatively well. We got light volume out there right now, so not seeing too many problems. No incidents either up on the board. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Rain showers this morning, switching over to snow showers as we get into this afternoon. As colder air wraps in and winds become very strong, we'll see gusts near 40 to 45 miles per hour this afternoon. Temperatures will fall near freezing by 6 p.m. Tonight, snow showers come to an end. Watch out for some slippery spots. Very breezy with low temperatures in the 20s. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Breezy early with a high temperature near 40. Mostly cloudy on Friday as the system passes to our south. Could see some snow showers towards the state line with highs in the upper 30s. Saturday, partly cloudy. High temperatures in the 40s. Could see a few flurries Saturday night. Then for Sunday, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore. The Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 42 degrees.
So what's with the tariffs? What's going to happen with the tariffs? How will this affect you? Milwaukee Journal Sentinel has some details about how Wisconsin consumers and businesses should expect to pay more for produce, fuel, building materials, and other items as a result of these new tariffs. And when will it exactly happen? Well, James Vanderloo is the head of the OEC group in Milwaukee. He spoke with Wisconsin's Afternoon News about it.
What happens is anything that they're ordering from China, say, where you've got the 20%, Mexico, where you've got the 25%, and Canada, where you have another 25%, that all has to do with from when the tariff is announced. So anything that leaves after that point is subject to those tariffs. Anything that's leaving now that's going to be on the shelves in about anywhere from 2 to 3 months from now, those might have that tariff associated into that cost of that good at the end of the day.
So, and he says that would happen as soon as a tariff is announced. So from midnight on, there you go. That's when the clock would start ticking. So he says anything with the automobile industry likely going to be the biggest hit to start.
Anywhere from 1/3 to 2/3 of the components of an automobile, even if it's produced in the United States, are produced in either Mexico or Canada. If you add a 10 to 15% tariff, you're adding about $8,000 on top of the cost of that car. If you add anything above that, you're going even higher towards that $10,000 value.
Ooh, $10,000.
Wow, turning a $30,000 car into a nearly $40,000
So
car.
used cars could also take a hit there a little bit. And he's talking. You heard him say
But why
there.
would
Like,
used cars take a hit?
well, because it's a trickle down effect, right? If you're going to see,
But
everything.
the car's already here. That I don't get.
Well,
that's a just because we can.
Well,
that you don't have to
sure,
do unless you're buying used cars from China,
right?
Which you're not.
So you'll start to see that price maybe sooner than later, but everything is going to start happening here as we get into the tariff situation here locally.
6:43 sports up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's game time on season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and H&R benefits consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. A lot of products already here and ready to install. And here's the best part. You can take up to 6 years to pay for your project and you won't pay a dime of interest. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin offering 0% interest on your financing for up to 6 years to pay for your project. You already know you're getting more than stunning windows and doors. You're also getting the Pella experience. Now here's the quality control. You know it's Pella who manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. 10-year labor warranty, that's always included, so you know you're good with your windows and doors, secure for years to come. Expert installers, we've had a couple of installs now with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. In both cases, done in less than a day. And if something ever goes wrong, who do you call? You call Pella. They're the only ones you've been dealing with because you're working with the same team start to finish. Why wait? Get the Pella experience and this incredible deal. Take advantage of 0% interest on your financing for up to 6 years on your brand new Pella windows and doors. Certain restrictions do apply. This deal ends March 8th. Start your free in-home consultation today by visiting PellaWI.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Grown-ups. Milwaukee Bucks employ grown-ups on their team. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, it was a fight there for a bit. It was a race. It was like they were on a track there with the Hawks, as the Bucks, though, would outlast Atlanta in Atlanta to beat the Hawks for their third win in a row. So, big win for the Bucks as they beat the Hawks. And as Coach Doc Rivers would explain later, man, like, these guys are older than that. They're not just young pups. They know how to play and play together. They know how to do it.
Well, not only just veteran players, we have like straight grown-ups. I keep saying it. Everybody on our team is over themselves. There's no stuff, what I call clutter. The guys just play together. They want to do right. It's an absolutely fantastic team to coach.
A lot going on in their 127-121 wins. So you had another triple-double from Giannis, his sixth. You had double-double from Kuzma. You had a double-double from Lopez. Lillard chipped in 23. So now the Bucks have won
Sounds
3
like
in
a
a
team,
row.
Eric.
Yes.
A team of guys playing together.
In the bench coming in, too. You have a team that's now 10 games above 500, won 7 of the last 8. And here you go. Now you're playing the Mavericks tonight at home. And by the way, Mavericks, kind of a shadow.
How are things going over there?
Kind of a shadow of themselves at the moment. They're in town tonight at Fiserv. Our coverage starts at 6. Tip off at 7 right here on WDTMJ.
Your chance to hang with, take pictures with your favorite Milwaukee Bucks.
All our players and their guests will be there. So current players, we've got some alumni coming. Brandon Jennings, Desmond Mason.
Got a complaint? Ownership will be there too. You can complain to the top. The second annual Six-Man Soiree is coming up on March 31st. There are still tables, tickets, sponsorships available. It's on the floor at Fiserv Forum. You heard there from Marla Habert. She is the foundation's executive director. I talked with her this week, and they want to, with these proceeds, boost the good work they're doing in the community combating obesity.
It leverages our knowledge and expertise as the Milwaukee Bucks world champions Our performance team helped to create the exercise component. Our nutrition team helped to inform the nutrition component. So leveraging our expertise and bringing it out to the community at large.
And more than 500 participants in this program since it launched over the summer, and the Bucks really want your help to grow it. Silent auction will come online later this week, whether you're going to the event or not. And if you want more information on that or how to attend, I've got an article up on our website. You just text Bucks to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line 855-616-1620 or visit WTMJ.com. Marquette is on the road at UConn tonight. Homer and Tony Smith will be on the call. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 7:30 tip. And a border battle for Wisconsin.
Minnesota borders Lake Superior. But Wisconsin borders Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. So does that make it superior?
You just got roasted and toasted and burned like a marshmallow.
Yeah, take that, Minnesota.
Here we go.
Badgers and Golden Gophers in Minneapolis. That also a 7:30 tip tonight. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Whatever you want to call this season, we're over it. Time to look forward to
fly ball, right field. It is deep. It is gone.
Spring training is finally here and back on the radio.
It is way gone over the batter's eye and out of here for William Contreras.
Make sure to catch our next spring training broadcast as the Brewers take on the A's Thursday at 7:05. No matter the season, we are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Shopco Optical. Time to save you some money. Shopco Optical, the name I know and trust for vision exams and for my glasses, all in one location and discounts galore. So anytime you buy one pair of glasses at Shopco Optical, each additional pair is 50% off. Other great ways to save, though, as well. You go to shopco.com and click on the special offers page. They've got more than a dozen offers, many of them for big savings on contact lenses, like hundreds of dollars off. Put your eye care benefits to work, use your FSA dollars, and now with your better vision, you'll see big savings, too. You see what I did there? Call Shopco Optical or get started online at shopco.com to schedule an appointment.
Brighten your home and save big money on light bulbs at Menards. Get a stylish, vintage look, plus the latest in LED technology with Fight Electric Enhance light bulbs. They provide vivid, natural light. Save big money on a 4-pack of Fight Electric Enhance light bulbs. On sale now through March 9th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com. Talk about showers today, Deb.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
What roads? Right now, we've got just a little bit of a backup on northbound 43, basically between Burleigh and Keefe. So it's a very short little spot there. But the volume is starting to pick up a bit. You do want to be extra careful when you're out there. Make sure you have your headlights on, please, because of visibility. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. What an odd day today. We've got some morning showers this afternoon, transitioning to snow, and it will also get super windy. Wind advisory kicking in at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Some accumulation of slushy snow. Highest totals to the northwest of the city. High of 45 degrees, but we dip down to the freezing mark by 6 o'clock tonight. Winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour. Snow showers should come to an end tonight, but will remain windy with some slippery spots as our low temperature dips down to 24. And then for Thursday, a high of 40 under mostly sunny skies. Right now, 42 in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Public Schools reaching a contract agreement with its new superintendent during a special board meeting on Tuesday night. Also agreeing to a deal with the city of Milwaukee regarding school resource officers. So right now they're going to pay them $50-50 to get SROs back in MPS schools. But you got to train them. Joining us now from 101.7 The Truth, former Milwaukee Police Lieutenant Dr. Ken Harris. All right, Ken, what training needs to be done? A lot of people wondering, like, well, what does that actually mean and how necessary is it? What do you have to train an officer to do to get back into a school?
Working in a school is a bit different from going to someone's home. You have to understand what the local rules are. Some things a student can do can be considered criminal, but the school may want to handle it internally. It's that borderline, because, now we arrest for everything. Everybody calls the police for, cats in trees, and instead of taking it somewhere, they want you to arrest the cat for trespassing. There's so many things.
Okay.
So now what they want to do is make sure they're trained and understand how to deal. You're talking about dealing with an adolescent mind. So you need some of the training that the teachers have as it relates to behavior, emotion, things of that nature.
Ken, can you speak to the cultural difference between what we're hearing from some MPS students and families versus, I'll give you my experience in the suburbs. When I go to the high school basketball game in Greendale and I see our SRO at the game, I'd like to say hello. Good, glad you're here. Like, it makes me feel safe. Yet we're hearing from MPS families and from some students that they feel when they have cops in the schools that it's somehow criminalizing their behavior. Can you speak to that dichotomy and whether or not it's legitimate?
I really can't, because I went to school in a big city like Chicago. Well, actually in Chicago. And I felt the same way when the police were in the school. So it's kind of foreign to me. I don't really understand that. I think there may be some historical things that have been passed through the culture. There's a lot of tribal knowledge and experience in terms of things that have happened in that particular neighborhood that can explain that. Vince does something that his father taught him, that his grandfather taught him. But when you look at it, you go, isn't that kind of strange? The Vitrano family does that. It's just one of those things. They just happen to not like the police.
All right, so as far as the training goes, then, once they go through this and we implement back, what's going to be the dramatic change as far as the district moving forward with these SROs?
I think the dramatic change is the training for schools is going to be the same training you have for driving a car, the same training you have for defensive and arrest tactics. Everything you do now is going to be codified in a policy. So now you're acting under the color of the law. So when you do things, it won't seem so out of place that you get in trouble for doing something that's normal because people don't understand it. You'll be able to say, this is why the officer did what they did. This is why this was a school disciplinary issue and not a crime. Because what's going to happen is those same people that don't want the cops in school are going to change when their child possibly becomes a victim, and then they want this kid arrested, and they're going to be told, no, this is a disciplinary problem that has to go over on Valete, and then that's where the pushback's going to come.
Talking with Dr. Ken Harris, host of the afternoon show on 101.7 The Truth. Ken, let me shift to the Fire and Police Commission. Tonight will give its performance review of Police Chief Jeffrey Norman at MPD. Anything to watch for here, or is this just, a matter of regular course?
It's just a matter of regular course. I think he's done a decent job. Of course, we want crime to be down to as close to zero as possible. I dare say 4% decrease in overall crime is not something to be happy about. With the size of Milwaukee, you're talking about the difference between a few incidents being, and this isn't a bash on the police. This is actually on the people. It's the difference between a number of incidents being crimes and listed versus quite possibly becoming misdemeanors or a citation. So 4%, I think is negligible. We've got less kids being born, less people in the pipeline of just going to work and going to school and doing stuff that I think it's a wash. You can almost look at it as zero movement.
Does the fact that he has looked for other work, does that affect his performance review at all, whether fairly or unfairly?
Would it be fair to say, if you take this job, you can't look for another one until we cancel your contract? Like that doesn't make any, like every other job in America, you can find another job and say goodbye. So I think he should be able to as well.
Fair enough.
I don't think it'll affect it at all.
I don't know. I've sat in the boss's office before, and I could hear many bosses say, well, it seems like you don't really want to work here. Oh, you're so unhappy. 6:58. Thanks, Dr. Ken.
All right.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A pair of national restaurant chains could be coming to Oconomowalk's Olympia Fields redevelopment. A Chipotle and a Florida-based breakfast, brunch, and lunch chain called First Watch are being considered for the space in addition to a previously announced Panera. Douglas Dynamics has promoted from within for its next CEO. Taking the helm is Chief Operating Officer Mark Van Genderen, who has been with the company for the last 5 years. Finally, Modine Manufacturing has received $180 million in orders from an undisclosed new customer that develops artificial intelligence infrastructure. The Racine-based manufacturer has accelerated growth recently for its data center cooling systems business. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less's Glass we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection, it's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
The Lucas Mavericks return to face the Bucks.
And Lopez, three-pointer from deep, and he buries it from the left side. That could be your dagger tonight.
Our coverage starts tonight at 6 with Buck Shoot-Around. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:01. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, March 5th, our top story. Grab your umbrella and maybe your shovel.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A long address to Congress.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, just a little bit tight on northbound 43 from Center Street up towards Keefe. The rest of the area is just starting to build up in volume a little bit. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Showers this morning transitioning to snow later today on our way to a high of 45 degrees. But temperatures dropping right now at 41. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, this wet, sloppy, gusty mess working its way through southeast Wisconsin today. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore reporting strong winds behind the morning rain will cause a sharp drop in temperatures this afternoon.
Once we hit lunchtime, that's when you're going to start to notice the changes. Winds switch out of the northwest, snow starts to mix in, and temperatures fall. We're talking temperatures near freezing. That is going to be a concern with wet roadways still possible. Anything that's untreated could freeze up pretty quickly as those temperatures fall.
Slushy snow accumulations could cause trouble for the afternoon commute. Complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 7:10.
In Washington,
citizens, America is back.
President Trump addressing a joint session of Congress on Tuesday night.
Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer.
The speech came days after President Trump and the vice president got into a dust-up with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in the Oval Office. The president announcing that he was pausing aid. Now, during the speech, you heard President Trump claiming that Zelensky had sent him a letter offering a resume to resume peace negotiations. Speech was more than an hour and 40 minutes long. It set a record for the longest address to a joint session of Congress.
Democrats immediately with their response.
I'm Matt Piper. The Democratic response came from Senator Alyssa Slotkin in an 11-minute speech.
Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out a credible plan to deal with either of those.
Much of her speech focused on what Trump said about the economy.
Your premiums and prescriptions will cost more because the math on his proposals doesn't work without going after your health care.
And on tariffs.
His tariffs on allies like Canada will raise prices on energy, lumber, and cars, and start a trade war that will hurt manufacturing and farmers.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
The tariff talk left a stock market in devastated Tuesday.
It's always the consumers that will be hit ultimately with this.
That's James Vanderloo, head of the OEC Group Milwaukee. He told us on Wisconsin's Afternoon News how quickly we could see these prices go up at the stores.
We heard from the CEOs of Best Buy and some others that you're going to be feeling this in potentially weeks.
Because anything that now leaves from Canada, Mexico, or China is subject to those tariffs. Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
The IRS is putting together plans to cut its workforce of some 90,000 people in half.
The Internal Revenue Service is drafting plans to cut its workforce by as much as half through a mix of incentivized buyouts, attrition, and layoffs. Some 7,000 IRS workers were laid off last month, but those involved in the 2025 tax season have been told they cannot accept a buyout until May. The Trump administration is also planning to lend IRS workers to the Department of Homeland Security to assist with immigration enforcement. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Back here at home, Milwaukee Public Schools reaching a contract agreement with its new superintendent, Dr. Brenda Casilius. During a special meeting Tuesday night, the board president, Marvin Hernan, expressing optimism for the future of the district.
With Dr. Casilius at the helm, the board is confident that our district will continue to rise to the challenges of an ever-changing educational landscape.
So the contract is for 2 years. Dr. Casilius is going to start March 15th, so just in about 10 days from now. The board also approved an agreement with the city of Milwaukee regarding school resource officers.
Coming up, police investigating a local teen who may have killed his mother. That story next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report is sponsored by CertaPro Painters.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for CertaPro Painters. Painting is the easiest way to breathe new life into your home, whether you're prepping to sell it or just want to fall in love with that house all over again. I know CertaPro Painters has done the work at our house. They're absolutely fantastic. Call your neighborhood CertaPro Painter. Ask about their color consultation services. Each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated. They're fantastic. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Broadway's smash hit, the Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise, is coming to Milwaukee. The true story of a kid from Brooklyn, destined for something more, featuring all the songs you love, including America, Forever in Blue Jeans, and Sweet Caroline. Like Jersey Boys and Beautiful, the next musical mega hit is here. The Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise, March 25th through 30th at the Marcus Center. On sale now at marcuscenter.org.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:08.
Halftime speech from Bucks coach Doc Rivers included a visual aid. We've got sports at 7:15.
Police in Caledonia investigating a murder this morning.
The department received a call late on Tuesday that a teen had possibly killed his mother. When they arrived, a 15-year-old immediately surrendered. Inside the teen's home, officers found a woman that was later identified as the boy's mother. That teen remains in custody this morning. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A looming deadline, May 7th, requiring real IDs to fly domestically or to visit a federal building. More than a third of Wisconsin driver's licenses are not real ID compliant. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reports more than 63% of Wisconsin's valid driver's licenses or ID cards currently don't display that real ID star. If this is news to you, check your driver's license or your ID, see if it has one of those little stars on it. Those who still need to get one must apply for one at a physical Department of Motor Vehicles office. Costs the same price as getting a regular driver's license of $34.
Just get it done. Next time you get an ID, it'll automatically happen.
Yes, I was up a few years ago for a renewal, right? You come up every number of years, so I guess I got that on there. I should double check.
Probably should check that.
We'll probably just double check that. That's why we have the news. 7:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
7:10. How do the roads look, Debbie?
Well, they're wet. Other than that, we do have a crash on northbound 43 right about at Locust. It is off on the right shoulder, and delays coming up from North Avenue all the way up past that up to Keefe. Other than that, everything else seems to be rolling along fine. Make sure you have your headlights on if you've got your wipers on. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Rain showers this morning, switching over to snow showers as we get into this afternoon. As colder air wraps in and winds become very strong, we'll see gusts near 40 to 45 miles per hour this afternoon. Temperatures will fall near freezing by 6 p.m. Tonight, snow showers come to an end. Watch out for some slippery spots. Very breezy with low temperatures in the 20s. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Breezy early with a high temperature near 40. Mostly cloudy on Friday as the system passes to our south. Could see some snow showers towards the state line with highs in the upper 30s. Saturday, partly cloudy, high temperatures in the 40s. Could see a few flurries Saturday night. Then for Sunday, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 41 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
On this rainy and potentially snowy spring morning, NFL Draft in Green Bay only about 6 weeks away.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Would you say 50 out today?
50 days
as
away.
Of today. And starting right now, if you want to go, you can sign up for free entry to the event. April 24th is the first round. with the NFL Draft Experience opening at noon on that Thursday. The Packers announcing this week that fans can register for entry either by downloading the NFL One Pass app, or you can do it online at NFL.com. So basically, they'll let you in, but you got to register. You can't just walk in.
Here's a question. I know it's apples and oranges a little bit, but remember the RNC when it was in Milwaukee?
Yes.
And it was you could argue it was a big success, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't come downtown. A lot of people who live or work downtown didn't come downtown.
All you heard for literally years in the run-up to the event was, man, downtown's going to be crazy. There's going to be people everywhere.
So people didn't go.
Right. Restaurants. So the restaurants will be overflowing. You can't get anywhere.
I remember a buddy texted me saying, hey, I'd love to come downtown just to see it. He's like, but should I bother? I heard it's nuts. And I was like, no, dude, come downtown if you want to see it because there's no one here.
Walk right in. I mean, so what are you asking?
I'm asking whether...
Are you asking the question I think you're asking?
Yeah, like could the same thing happen in Green Bay where there's all this attention and there's going to be all these people and look what was in Detroit, 1 million people or whatever the number was. Could it be that like people will avoid Green Bay because of it? At least us locals?
I think people then who makes up the 250,000 people that are expected to be there?
Right.
If not, family from Manitowoc or wherever who drives up for the registers for this thing.
Manitowoc's different though, because that's like within shouting
40 minutes.
distance.
Okay. Well, what really is the difference? You're talking about going to the NFL draft. I think people will go, like locally. You just wonder whether people, because we are who we are.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be a big crowd. Oh, I won't go to that.
Yeah. Well, traffic on game day is bad enough.
But also, it's the Packers, so there's that counter pull.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I want it to be amazing. Like you want nothing but just the best of the best there, right?
Hundreds of thousands of people went to Detroit.
Okay. All right.
That was a good test case, right?
Yeah. Good point.
So anyway, if you do want to go, those signups are available. They say every adult is required to register, and all registrants may include up to 5 children per entry. So that is open for you now as we're 50 days out from the NFL draft in Green Bay.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizon, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, President of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 5-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
A triple-double from Giannis and another Bucks win in Atlanta.
Feisty team in the Atlanta Hawks got a thrilling victory last night, but Milwaukee comes away with a 127-121 victory in Atlanta and are 10 games over 500 for the first time this season.
Gabe Knights with the call on WTMJ Tuesday night. Yeah, it wasn't easy always. It's kind of a track meet at times. Bucks getting run past a few times by the young and faster Hawks, I guess. They had to tighten up the defense. Coach Doc Rivers said he pulled out the old TV at halftime.
First half, I didn't think we showed video at halftime where first 3 steps we were jogging, they were running by us. Second half, we didn't do that, and we took that away from them.
Yeah, you see that, Kuzma? See that guy running past you?
You said they broke out the TV.
Yeah,
they bring like this little monitor, a 13-inch screen.
Like
now, listen. Everybody gather around.
It was on the cart.
Like the AV club.
Yeah, like in school.
Some kid brought it in.
Yeah, the remote, it's not working.
Had to put the tape in.
It's on the phone to call IT. Hey, I'm
just hang on. We'll get it fixed.
We'll get it rewind. No,
might not be any sound.
First
but,
Anyway, Giannis would have a triple-double, 26, 11, and 10. Lillard dropped in 23. Kuzma and Lopez both with double-doubles. So the Bucks have now won 7 of their last 8. And as you heard Gabe say, they're 10 above now, 10 over. So here we go. Now as we get to the end of the season, let's start burning. Mavericks are in town tonight, and that's a team you should beat, by the way. Coverage starts at 6, tip-off at 7 right here on WTMJ.
Bucks spreading word about their second annual kind of fancy and fun event to support the team's foundation.
It's a great opportunity to connect directly with the players, our coaches, our owners.
I talked with Marla Hobart this week. She's the executive director of the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation. The Sixth Man Soiree is what they call it. It's coming up at the end of the month, March 31st at Fiserv Forum. And the event will support the foundation's effort to battle obesity in the community.
We believe obesity is the root cause of so many chronic diseases, from cardiovascular disease to cancer to diabetes and hypertension. And we feel this is really the big health issue of our time.
Marla Hobart inviting you and everyone to help fund anti-obesity programs through the Bucks. And as she said, the players are all going to be there March 31st. Can't make it. Live auction opens later this week. Anybody can bid. And I've got all the information up on a story on our website, WTMJ.com, or you can text Bucks to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line. That's 855-616-1620. I'll have Greg Pancake Hill, producer of the program, send you the link. Wisconsin basketball at Minnesota tonight. Always a highlight if you can see whether Goldie the mascot will spin his gopher head. That's about as good as it gets for Minnesota basketball right now. 7:30 tip in Minneapolis. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. And Marquette on the road as well tonight.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
Start time at 7:30 against UConn. Homer and Tony Smith have the call on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Spanning the State with Kristen Bry.
This is a terrible bill. You know, this would probably disproportionately affect Republican women. This is a slippery slope if you start making it harder for women to vote, because there's enough people out there who would rather we didn't.
And Brian Noonan.
Say women were in charge, and this was going for men. Men would take to the streets. Any group that votes against their own self-interest baffles me.
Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. only on WTMJ.
Tired of staring at your same old garage door? It's the biggest door to your house. It makes the biggest impression, and we've got a great opportunity for you to transform the look and function of your home with Lifetime Door Company. They are giving you a chance to win a free garage door, plus free installation. The whole thing valued at up to $8,000. To enter is simple. Text GARAGE to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620, or go to WTMJ.com, and poof, there it is, right on the very front of the page. You click on the Lifetime Door contest entry, put your name in and information, and you're set. Don't wait. Do it today. If you like your garage door, tell a friend to enter. If you don't like staring at the neighbor's ugly garage door, call the guy across the street. Hey, listen, I'm just saying you might want to enter this contest. For contest rules, visit our website at WTMJ.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas. Also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Visit 800spasale.com.
7:22. How's the morning drive going, Deb?
Well, we got a couple of issues right now. First of all, in Waukesha County, Highway 83 northbound, right at I-94, we've got a crash right on the right shoulder. So heads up with that. We've also got a crash on northbound 43 right about at Locust. That one's also off on the right shoulder. Delays coming up from before North Avenue all the way up to Keefe. And then we've also got a broken down vehicle on northbound 894, right about at the ramp from National Avenue. That is off on the right shoulder. Watch for that to start affecting your ride as well. Eastbound 94, watch for backups from 92nd Street to Hawley Road, and then again right through the Stadium interchange to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Going to be windy. We do have a wind advisory that kicks in this afternoon. Could see 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts at times today. We've got a little bit of rain, then it's going to turn to snow, windy with falling temps, and then some accumulation. So the high today is 45. It's going to fall to about 32 by 6 p.m. And then again, very windy. Tonight, showers are going to end with the snow. Very windy still. It could be slippery on the roads, a low of 24. Thursday, sunny, breezy early on, a high of 40 tomorrow. Your forecast sponsored by Dave Drakamp Heating.
It was classic President Trump. And this morning, those who don't like him are talking about how much they didn't like what he said before a joint session of Congress, and those who do like him telling everyone how amazing it was.
And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
100 minutes long address in the House chamber on Tuesday night. What are they saying in terms of a record, E?
The longest in recent history.
Right. I guess I don't know if they were running the stopwatch on some of those early days in America.
Taft, he went for a bit back in the day.
Because there was nothing else to do, right? Hey, we're all here anyway, right? Full of hyperbole, grand projections, promises, and declarations.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
It was a raucous affair in Washington. I mean, how do you boil down a speech that went over an hour and a half to just a few minutes of highlights? President Trump struck an antagonistic tone, called President Biden the worst president in history.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation, we must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
The Democrats tried various tactics to show their disapproval. Many were wearing pink in solidarity. Early in the speech, there was hooting and hollering, interrupting of the president, caused Speaker Mike Johnson to demand order in the chamber on multiple occasions.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
That's when the speaker had Texas Democrat Al Green removed by the Sergeant-at-Arms. Boy, usually the only time you hear from the Sergeant-at-Arms is the
Mr. Speaker.
Right. Gave him something to do that day. Congressman Green wouldn't sit down, kept shaking his cane at the president, was interrupting the speech, so they threw him out.
I don't know. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment. This is about the people who are being punished by virtue of losing their health care.
Congressman Green reacting to that action. The president calling out Democrats for calling him out.
And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
The president did introduce Elon Musk, who was there, to jeers from Democrats, cheers from Republicans.
$45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is.
The president running through a litany of expenses he says Musk's Doge team has uncovered as Democrats held signs that read lies and shouted false. President making claims about Social Security, how many people over 100 years old are on the rolls. It has been suggested and reported in multiple media accounts that just because someone's on the Social Security rolls doesn't mean they're necessarily getting paid, but he continued to repeat that. A scathing rebuke to the president's address and the Democratic response.
He believes in cozying up to dictators like Vladimir Putin and kicking our friends like the Canadians in the teeth.
Senator Elissa Slotkin, Democrat, Michigan, who also bashed the president on economic policy.
Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out a credible plan to deal with either of those.
So without regard for whether you liked it or whether you didn't, it was, I think, Possibly the most remarkable joint session address in my memory. Remarkable. I'm not saying good or bad, whatever, just remarkable, interesting, different, and it will continue.
It's become must-see TV now. Whenever you see all of these entities together, you can't miss it.
As was predicted.
America is back.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average. On the news of the tariffs, took another tumble on Tuesday, down 670 points to 42,521. NASDAQ closed at 18,285. S&P 500 down 71 to 5778. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Oh, my God.
The Soties.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
No Corona! All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Many times, patients have symptoms they didn't know were actually related to their airway breathing issues.
I was suffering from sinus issues, jaw issues, and neck pain. I guess I just kind of had my breaking point.
Unfortunately, this is typical. But until you get to the root of your problem, it's going to just persist. Fortunately, Jody took action, and the results were typical as well.
My quality of life is so different, but one of the first things that I noticed was my breathing. I don't ever remember being able to breathe like that.
Being able to breathe freely is life-changing, and the effects can go beyond that.
Sleeping better, having more energy, and it seemed as if all of those symptoms that I had just melted away.
And thank heavens for that, because at Advent, results are what drive us, helping you breathe well so you can live better.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
7:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Our top local story, rain, snow, and wind combined for a mess.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A murder in Caledonia.
Right now, we've got morning showers, and then things switch over to snow this afternoon as our temperatures drop from a high of 45 degrees. We're at 41 in Milwaukee.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Wednesday morning quarterbacking on the president's congressional speech.
The biggest problem that I had with the speech is that there was nothing said, nothing laid out, nothing articulated by Donald Trump to meet the needs of the American people, particularly as it relates to the economy.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson on why Texas Congressman Al Green was escorted out of the chamber. Johnson says he remembers a similar but much smaller disruption previously.
The only example I can think of is one, the famous Joe Wilson, where he uttered something in a Barack Obama speech, but he quietened down immediately and was quiet for the rest of the night. Al Green was trying to interrupt the entire proceeding.
The president, during his speech, touting his 6-week-old administration's reshaping of the federal government, trade, and foreign policy. Across the South, communities are surveying damage from an overnight slew of severe weather, including tornadoes. 2 in Mississippi were killed. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:31.
Let's get you a traffic update here with Debbie.
All right, we got a few things going on. First of all, on 94 in Waukesha County, technically it's on northbound Highway 83 right at 94 westbound. The right shoulder is blocked with a crash, so watch out for that. Then delays from Highway F all the way through to Brookfield Road, back on the brakes from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. On the westbound side, there is also a broken down vehicle at Brewers Boulevard right at the ramp there, so that's something to keep in mind. and it's off on the right shoulder. Another accident northbound 43 at Locust being worked on. It's off on the right shoulder. Pretty hefty delays coming up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe, with the southbound side slowing down from Hampton down past Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center this morning, our weather, southeast Wisconsin, with a lot of rain already, more on the way. And this afternoon, it will turn to wet, slushy snow. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore says low pressure moving through areas north and west of Milwaukee will be the first to see the snow.
If you live up towards Fond du Lac, even out towards Beaver Dam, even close to West Bend, you could see some of that mix occurring by lunchtime today. Most areas, though, don't see it start to occur until closer to 2, 3 in the afternoon, northwest of Milwaukee, and then the entire metro area starts to see that switch over as we get towards 4 or 5 p.m.
In terms of accumulation, just slushy accumulation, but could be happening right during the afternoon drive. So we'll keep an eye on that with Debbie. She'll get you home tonight as we have these gusty winds as well. Wind advisory set to take effect at 2 o'clock for all of southeast Wisconsin.
New details about a murder investigation this morning in Caledonia, where a mother found stabbed to death, her teenage son now in custody.
When police arrived at the Caledonia home late Tuesday, a 15-year-old boy immediately surrendered to authorities. Officers inside the home found a woman dead that was later identified as the boy's mother. An initial investigation indicates the woman was stabbed and also suffered blunt force trauma. The teen now faces homicide charges and remains in custody this morning, though his identity has not been made public. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
We have new information this morning on a teenager who went missing from Oak Creek. She's 13 years old. Her name is Liliana Sala, and she needed to get some fresh air, they say, on Saturday before she left her home near Pennsylvania Avenue and Forest Hill. She walked, didn't have anything with her. Her last known location was a park near Drexel and Clement in Oak Creek. That's based on her cell phone location around 5 p.m. The phone was found at the skate park on Sunday, but she is still missing this morning. You can see photos of Asala. It's up on our website, WTMJ.com.
The Better Business Bureau is out with its top 10 scams from 2024.
Coming in at number 1 for the second year in a row, investment scams. Senior Director of Investigations for the BBB, Lisa Schiller.
People think it's a friend of theirs that's contacting them, offering them a grant or some type of investment, some type of way to double, triple your money quickly.
Employment scams secured the second spot.
I'm getting reports of these daily. Can't even keep up with them, really. I would say with the employment scams, they're really hitting youth the most.
And for the first time since the BBB started publishing this report, romance scams rise to third on the list. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Traffic is sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts, Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Coming up, that's not what the human cannonball is supposed to do.
So if you're already in a relationship with an auto service center, that's great. We hope things keep firing on all cylinders.
But if you're not in a relationship, why not book your next date with us at Richlands the next time you're due for service?
All of our locations are AAA approved and staffed by ASC certified technicians with PhDs in
We can fix anything!
Put that on top of the friendliest, hardest working staff you'll ever meet inside a tire and service center,
and you've got yourself a rock-solid date.
The next time you're due for factory scheduled maintenance,
or tires, brakes, and suspension service,
book your date at richlawns.com.
Or just Google us. But remember, Richlands is spelled with 2 N's.
And oh yeah, be safe, buckle up, and hey,
always make sure you have good tread on your tires. I'm Courtney Matchkey with Richlands, and you're due for a date.
Clever.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to
transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
Marquette and Wisconsin get back to business on the hardwood tonight, and the Bucks have a back-to-back. We got it all in sports at 7:45.
A Hunan cannonball story gone wrong. You ever seen this in person when they have the...
Greg Hill produces the program. Greg, we're talking before the show. Eric's like, I got a human cannonball story. I guess it didn't go well. Does that interest you? Like, have you listened to the show?
So you were interested?
So, yeah.
Should we start with this? It sounds like the guy's going to be okay.
Okay, good. So now we can laugh at it.
Right. Human cannonball stunt performer hospitalized after he was shot out of a cannon and kind of missed the net. Yeah, so he hit the side of the net and then flipped and bounced off. This happened in California.
Not the secondary reaction you want to hear from the crowd.
His name is Chachi the Rocket Man Valencia. He was scheduled to be released from the hospital last night. He should make a full recovery.
Give me his name again.
The Rocket Man.
Chachi the Rocket Man Valencia.
Yeah.
Valencia?
Yeah.
I had a feeling something was going to happen because it's really windy, and he seemed nervous.
I don't know how you could tell if he was nervous. He was waving to the crowd.
Did you see him in the green room before?
He had a helmet on. He was waving to the crowd. Got into the giant cannon and then was shot out.
He got inside the little cannon, and it took them a while to shoot him out. But he shot out and landed on the net and then flew off.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. He's lucky he hit the net at all, really.
Kind of the back end of the net, right?
I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Like he didn't hit it flush where the net was sunken. He hit the side where it was more taut, and that shot him off of it.
Right, it didn't swallow him up and cradle him.
Yes.
It propelled him.
Thank you for that sound effect. So luckily, he's going to be good to go.
That's the end of that story.
Would you like some more?
I had a feeling something was going to happen because it's really windy, and he seemed nervous.
He really was. He was pacing all around. He said he didn't want to go.
He was heard saying, "Why am I doing
this? I really don't want to do it."
I told the boss, I don't really want to be shut up.
Right. I told him it would be fine, and then this happened. This report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Your home is more than a place. It's a reflection of you. Make it uniquely yours during Steinhoffel's Make It Your Own event. From bold statement pieces to timeless classics, find your perfect fit for your style. Personalize colors, fabrics to make every piece your own. Save up to $800, and with Steinhoffel's 18-month financing, making your room yours just got more affordable. The Make It Your Own event, only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Tariffs and the threat of their implementation have become a central part of United States trade and foreign policy. What are tariffs? How are they implemented? And what sectors of the economy could benefit if they're put in place? Join me and Annex Wealth Management's Dave Spano, Chief Economist Brian Jacobson on March 11th at 1 p.m. for their informative webinar. Learn how your portfolio and your financial plan might be impacted and affected by tariffs. Visit the Annex Wealth Management webinar page at WTMJ.com.
Get out and enjoy your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited puts cool stuff in your yard. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, screen rooms, even in-ground pools. You dream it, we design it together, then Outdoor Living Unlimited installs it for you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay, things people love.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
741, wet roads. How are the roads treating the drivers?
Not well. Things are slow.
It's not good.
Pretty much everywhere. We do have an accident on Highway 83 northbound, right about at 94. It's off on the right shoulder. We also have this other one on northbound 43 at North Avenue off on the right shoulder. Bunch of broken down vehicles here and there. Luckily, they are all out of traffic. We do have debris on the ramp from 60th Street to 894 westbound, so that's something to keep in mind. That looks like a barrel to me that is in the way. Well, as for delays, we've got backups on southbound 41 from before Silver Spring down to Capitol. Northbound's backed up from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. Southbound 43 slowing from just south of Silver Spring all the way down to about Locust, and then on the northbound side slowing out of the Marquette up to Locust where that accident scene is. Actually, the delays go all the way up to Keefe. Westbound 94 out of the Zoo, or out of the Marquette to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is going to be out of the Zoo all the way to about 35th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Rain showers this morning, switching over to snow showers as we get into this afternoon. As colder air wraps in and winds become very strong, we'll see gusts near 40 to 45 miles per hour this afternoon. Temperatures will fall near freezing by 6 p.m. Tonight, snow showers come to an end. Watch out for some slippery spots. Very breezy with low temperatures in the 20s. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Breezy early with a high temperature near 40. Mostly cloudy on Friday as the system passes to our south. Could see some snow showers towards the state line with highs in the upper 30s. Saturday, partly cloudy, high temperatures in the 40s. Could see a few flurries Saturday night. Then for Sunday, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the upper 40s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 41 degrees.
They were supposed to be gone for a week, but now nearly 290 days later, they're finally coming home. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams have been stuck on the International Space Station for better part of a year, not the full year, but they are going to come home later this month. Here's what Sonny Williams said about going up there with Butch.
I had a feeling something was going to happen because it's really windy.
No, that's a joke. That's not really her.
And he seemed nervous.
No. Here's what she said. Here's Sonny Williams about coming back home.
We're here. We have a mission. We're just doing what we do every day. And, every day is interesting because we're up in space and it's a lot of fun. So I think the hardest part is, having the folks on the ground have to not know exactly when we're coming back.
Right. So Butch and Sonny were originally slated to stay for 8 days, but technical issues on Boeing's Starliner delayed their planned return. So here they are now, stuck up there. They're going to come back later this year. Now, Elon Musk apparently had said, hey, I'll go get them. And he claims that he was turned down by the previous administration to go get these
like with a
two.
SpaceX rocket.
Yeah, so Butch, listen to what Butch said. Butch was asked about that, and his reaction is strange. So he was asked by a reporter, hey, was Elon really denied the opportunity to come get you? Here's what he says.
I can only say that Mr. Musk, what he says is absolutely factual. We have no information on that, though, whatsoever. What was offered, what was not offered, who it was offered to, how that process went. That's information that we simply don't have. So I believe him. I don't know all those details, and I don't think any of us really can give you the answer that you would be hoping for.
So not sure what. So anyway, regardless,
I feel badly for him. How's he supposed to answer that question?
Right. I just want to go home.
This is not my deal. I'm not in charge of who picks me up. Somebody order the Uber and get my ass off of this space station. And I love them for putting on a nice face. How about Sonny? Like, no, we're having a blast up here,
Could you imagine that? We go nuts if we get stuck for an extra day someplace.
I have a 3-minute delay in Debbie's traffic. I'm like, when are we getting out of here? God, just move.
I want to get home. And here they've been up there for 290 days. They're coming home soon.
746.
WDTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for QC Kinetics. I get a lot of questions about QC Kinetics treatments, people asking if they should consider it for their own joint pain. Well, here's how you know. If you answer yes to any of these questions. Is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees or hips or shoulders or other joints, trouble sleeping or walking? Do you want to avoid surgery? a long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it. And most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love because joint pain is holding you back? If you answered yes to any of these questions, don't wait. Call now. Call QC Kinetics and ask for your free consultation and learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can help you get lasting relief. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Milwaukee Bucks starting to heat up as we're getting toward the end of the season now. Things are looking good. The Bucks win again. They beat the Hawks 127-121 in Atlanta. It was the second day of a back-to-back, so they kind of outlasted the Hawks, who were kind of track meeting them there for a bit, running past them in the first half. But what Doc Rivers likes so much about his team is that they're adults.
Well, not only just veteran players, we have like straight grown-ups. I keep saying it. Everybody on our team is over themselves. There's nothing, there's no stuff, what I call clutter. The guys just play together. They want to do right. It's an absolutely fantastic team to coach.
You know what's so funny? You know exactly what he's talking about. There's no stuff. There's no drama. There's no clutter. We're just playing basketball. And they did. Now they're 10 games above 500, looking really good. They've won 7 of 8. And they got the Mavericks, who are just a shell of themselves right now. Ever since that trade of Luka, the Mavericks have fallen apart. They're all hurt. So you should win tonight as well. Bucks and Mavericks tonight at Fiserv Forum. 7 o'clock tip, pregame at 6 right here on WDTMJ Radio.
You know, he'd super like to sit a bunch of guys, too, for as much as he can, right? Rest his top guys tonight. So hopefully it's an opportunity to do that. Wisconsin basketball is at Minnesota tonight. So that game is coming up, and little border battle for us.
Minnesota borders Lake Superior. But Wisconsin borders Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. So does that make it superior?
You just got roasted and toasted and burned like a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Burn.
Take that, Minnesota. Badgers and Golden Gophers. Look, I tried to sex that game up a little bit.
Yeah, wow.
Minnesota's not very good at basketball right now. Badgers still, I think, 12th team in the land, so should be a win for Bucky. Don't want to get sloppy down the stretch here. You got the Big Ten tournament next week, so they are in Minneapolis for a 7:30 p.m. tip tonight. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. And you got Marquette on the road tonight at UConn. Homer and Tony Smith will have that on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Matt, you can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years, especially if you're a parent. You go from changing diapers to dropping your kid off at school. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. A 10-year labor warranty, that's always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends on March 8th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here, 9 minutes before 8 o'clock.
All right, the ramp from westbound 94 to Brewers Boulevard is closed right now because of a broken down vehicle stuck in the way. We got northbound 43, that accident at Locust still being worked on. Tow trucks not on the scene just yet. I thought it was, but it's not. So just be careful as you're heading past that. It's going to be slow basically from Lincoln all the way through the Marquette, all the way up to Keefe. Southbound slowing down from Silver Spring all the way down past Keefe and or actually past Locust. On the westbound side of 94, those delays basically out of the Marquette all the way through the Stadium interchange to about 76th Street. Eastbound is backed up from before 84th all the way through to 27th Street. We've also got delays on the bypass, basically on the ramp from westbound 894 all the way to about National Avenue, where there's a broken down vehicle. And then another delay basically out of the Hale interchange all the way through to Loomis. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast. Sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 45 degrees today, and we're almost there. But temperatures will begin dropping this afternoon down to 32. So our morning showers will turn to afternoon and evening snow with those falling temperatures. Wind advisory kicks in after 2 p.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin with gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Everything comes to an end tonight. Low down to 24. And then for Thursday, high of 40 under mostly sunny skies. Right now, 42 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
We've been doing the Bolt-a-thon for, I think, 4 seasons now. Eric bragged pretty much all season every time McKinney has another pick.
Innovator.
The problem with a lot of us on radio and TV and everything else is we talk too much.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
One of the lessons that I hope Eric learns and everybody else when you do this, be bold and then be done.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Tausch, we keep talking about Davante Adams here, wondering, what does this guy do? And, feels like he's a bit snake-bitten ever since he ran off to be with his buddy Derek Carr, and that fell apart. Then he ran off to be with his buddy Aaron Rodgers, and that fell apart. And now he's available again. Is he better off just letting his agent find a place for him to go?
Stop asking me to place you with your pals.
Yeah, don't go play with your best buddies and figure out. At this point, and I've been on this pretty much all off season, it just makes too much sense. And usually when things make too much sense, it doesn't happen. But from both sides, let's look at it from Davante's side. You just went through the litany. You went to play with Derek Carr. I understood. He wanted to go back home. He wanted to make a bunch of money. He did that. Then the Aaron Rodgers part was a disaster. It just didn't work. But now you could have finished in Green Bay. I think part of the reason he decided he wanted to leave, A, the money wasn't where it needed to be, and then B, the uncertainty at quarterback. Well, there's no longer the uncertainty at quarterback. I think he made a wrong pick. He didn't know how, and in fairness, nobody knew that Jordan Love was going to be good, great, but nobody knew. We all know now at the worst, Jordan Love is a really good quarterback. He can come back and kind of right that wrong, and you don't get a ton of opportunities to kind of have stories like that. He would be the number one wideout day one. He would be a mentor and a leader that could help propel this next group. And selfishly, he wants to be a Hall of Famer. And I think he's close. He might be in already, but he is going to get an opportunity here with a quarterback and an offense and a play caller that knows him extremely well. He's still incredibly productive. He can accomplish every goal. If the money is close, he can accomplish every goal that he would want and be on a contending team that could win a championship, something he couldn't do the first time around in Green Bay. It just makes so much sense for him to come back to Green Bay, finish his career, finish his Hall of Fame career off here in Green Bay. It makes too much sense.
Tausch, Eric asked, though, out loud, what if he just doesn't like Green Bay that much? Maybe we're assuming things that we ought not assume.
But I understand there's, not Green Bay is not for everybody. But what I will say, at this point in his career, he's not 23, 24.
Yeah, right.
He is married.
He ain't going clubbing.
He has a ton. Yeah, it's just a different vibe. And right now, it's all about football. And you can ask any player that's played in Green Bay. If when it just comes down to football and the organization and what that looks like, this is the spot to be. So, yeah, I mean, it's a there's no doubt part of his draw for leaving the first time was he wanted to head west so he could be closer to family. And I think everybody understood that. But in the same, within a 2-year window, he was about as far east as you could possibly be. So I think this is going to come down to money and football and winning. And in all those cases, I think Green Bay can offer him everything that he's looking for.
So if Rodgers were to get a call from like the Steelers, which is a phenomenal organization, they do very well year after year, does Rodgers text him and say, hey, why wouldn't you contemplate coming down to Pittsburgh with me?
Well, they can do that, and obviously they have chemistry. And for as much as everybody has talked about how disastrous the Jets' tenure was, and it obviously wasn't successful. Everybody got fired, including the quarterback is gone, and now Devontae got released yesterday. I think Devontae has to be incredibly selfish about because this will be his last big decision. I think as far as his opportunities to do it, and if he thinks Pittsburgh with a good defense and Aaron Rodgers and that chemistry that they have, great, go for it. There's a young wide out there in Pickens that's good, but I think you also have to look at it realistically and say, we've done this a few times. Maybe it's time for me to find some place where we kind of spread our wings, and you're going to still want to play 2 or 3 more years. You don't know how long Aaron Rodgers wants to play, even if he does want to come back and play this season.
We have to bring up Brandon McManus because that's Vitrano's favorite player now. Vince has been all over.
I just said it was newsworthy.
He's like, should we lead sports today with McManus signing with the Pack? I'm like, the kicker that we already had, that's what you want to lead sports with?
I'd say lead sports with it, Tausch.
I'll say this. You can look at that list, and since Mason Crosby was retired or left, the amount of kickers and the instability that position had, and when we finally got McManus in, I don't know, week 5 or 6 last year, were we ever questioning whether or not an extra point was going to be made?
Right, no.
Or so kickers are always, you never worry about it until you have to worry about it. And I think with McManus, he missed 2 kicks, I think, all last season with Green Bay. You want to be able to sleep at night as a GM and as a coach, and when you make a signing like that, that tells you you're serious about winning championships because you can't win. You're going to have close games. You need to count on your kicker. So I'm on board. I think McManus, that was an important signing, and to get it done before free agency starts, I think that was really, really an important piece to this team moving forward.
You can bring Devontae in, and he can have a Pro Bowl season, and McManus will triple him in points scored this year. Just because of the nature of the position.
And could win the season just by making 1 kick at the end. You're right.
There is that. Thanks, Tausch.
You bet.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A pair of national restaurant chains could be coming to Oconomowoc Olympia Fields redevelopment. A Chipotle and a Florida-based breakfast, brunch, and lunch chain called First Watch are being considered for the space in addition to a previously announced Panera. Douglas Dynamics has promoted from within for its next CEO. Taking the helm is Chief Operating Officer Mark Van Genderen, who has been with the company for the last 5 years. Finally, Modine Manufacturing has received $180 million in orders from an undisclosed new customer that develops artificial intelligence infrastructure. The Racine-based manufacturer has accelerated growth recently for its data center cooling systems business. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by CertaPro Painters.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea to breathe new life into your home. Call your neighborhood CertaPro painter. Ask about their color consultation services. We did this years ago. Incredible. Our house is like a new house. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. They care. They'll meet you where you are on your home journey. Schedule your free estimate online. It's easy at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters. Choose who we went with. It's CertaPro all day long.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ANSI.com. That's ANSAY.com.
James Imaging Systems. Local support, local accountability, local business technology representatives. Listen to Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leidinger.
She still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
Michael Quizan, IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank, discovered the benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
The Lucas Mavericks return to face the Bucks.
And Lopez, three-pointer from deep, and he buries it from the left side. That could be your dagger tonight.
Our coverage starts tonight at 6 with Buck Shoot Around. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Wednesday, March 5th. Our top story, a bold declaration from the president.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A mother found dead in Caledonia.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Bit of a mess outside. We've got the ramp from westbound 94 to southbound Brewers Boulevard closed because of a broken down vehicle. We've got a crash on northbound 43 at Locust off on the right shoulder. All these and the wet roads causing delays. Southbound 41's backed up from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound heavy from Wisconsin Avenue all the way up to Capitol. And we've also got eastbound 94 slowing from 84th Street all the way through to 27th. Westbound's backed up from 16th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and northbound on 43 basically backed up all the way from the Mitchell interchange through the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Yikes. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Weather's not real pretty either. We do have some clearing spots this morning, but the rain will start up again and transition to snow by the afternoon. Gusty winds prompting a weather advisory, what do we call that? The strong wind advisory?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got them.
At 2 o'clock this afternoon with gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Right now at 41 degrees, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center in Washington.
Citizens, America is back.
President Trump's first address to a joint session of Congress since he retook office, telling lawmakers and the nation that, quote, America is back, while touting the flurry of actions he's taken over the first 6 weeks of his second term.
The president made his case for tariffs, saying there'll only be
a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
And he said on April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in.
Whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
Earlier in the day, the U.S. imposed 25% tariffs on nearly all goods imported from Mexico and Canada. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Stock futures are mixed this morning ahead of the bell. This after a rough Tuesday at the stock market because of the tariff activity.
It's always the consumers that will be hit ultimately with this.
That's James Vanderloo, head of the OEC Group Milwaukee. He told us on Wisconsin's Afternoon News how quickly we could see these prices go up at the stores.
We heard from the CEOs of Best Buy and some others that you're going to be feeling this in potentially weeks.
Because anything that now leaves from Canada, Mexico, or China is subject to those tariffs. Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
Mother found stabbed to death in Caledonia. Her teenage son is in custody.
When police arrived at the Caledonia home late Tuesday, a 15-year-old boy immediately surrendered to authorities. Officers inside the home found a woman dead that was later identified as the boy's mother. An initial investigation indicates the woman was stabbed and also suffered blunt force trauma. The teen now faces homicide charges and remains in custody this morning, though his identity has not been made public. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
In Milwaukee.
Welcome, Dr. Casillas. We're excited to work alongside you as we continue to build a bright future for our students and our schools.
An agreement made with the new Milwaukee Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Brenda Casilius. She'll begin MPS on March 15th. Her contract is for 2 years. The board on Tuesday night also approved an agreement with the city regarding school resource officers. Right now, the cost will be 50-50 split between the city and the district.
Coming up, when we can expect that rain to transition to snow. We'll hear from Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore next.
News is brought to you by BBC Lighting. Thousands of fixtures, specialty lights, antiques, and collectibles.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the arena at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Wet, sloppy, and windy. This mess making its way through southeast Wisconsin today. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore reporting these strong winds behind the morning rain will cause a sharp drop in temperatures starting early this afternoon.
Once we hit lunchtime, that's when you're going to start to notice the changes. Winds switch out of the northwest, snow starts to mix in, and temperatures fall. We're talking temperatures near freezing. That is going to be a concern with wet roadways still possible. Anything that's untreated could freeze up pretty quickly as those temperatures fall.
Wind advisory kicks in at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Is your ID Real ID compliant? Looming deadline May 7th requiring Real IDs to fly domestically. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports more than 36% of Wisconsin's valid driver license or ID cards currently do not display that Real ID star that needs to be on there. Those who still need a Real ID must apply for one at a Department of Motor Vehicles office.
Authorities in New Mexico updating the investigation into the death of 95-year-old actor Gene Hackman and his wife in their Santa Fe home.
The New Mexico Gas Company, confirming extensive testing at the couple's home, found no traces of carbon monoxide, only finding a minuscule gas leak in the stove far below a lethal amount. The couple was found dead inside the home last Wednesday. Investigators say data from Hackman's pacemaker indicates he likely died 9 days before they were found.
That's ABC's Trevor Alt reporting. So a lot of new detail, but doesn't really seem to move things forward. I suppose it perhaps rules some things out, which is part of what you do in an investigation. 8:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We've all experienced that feeling of lacing up a brand new pair of shoes.
And for some reason, it always felt like new shoes made you run faster, jump higher, and of course, look better.
Yeah, it was almost magical.
A brand new set of tires on your car or truck will instantly give you that same magical feeling.
Courtney, I couldn't agree with you more. A new set of treads always makes your vehicle look better, but more importantly, allows you to stop faster and grip the road a whole lot better.
Which is necessary when the weather is bad and driving conditions are poor. You'll appreciate having the extra traction.
Remember, there isn't a tire brand on the planet we can't get.
Everything from Goodyear Continental and Kelly to Dunlop General and Pirelli. If we sell it, we install it.
Plus, every tire we sell automatically comes with free flat tire repair. So be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Richlands.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button.
11 minutes after 8 o'clock, a wet and sloppy drive. Deb, sounds like you're going to be busy this afternoon, though, with snow falling.
Yeah, this should be very interesting. But at least at this point, most of the issues that have happened are pretty much off the road, except for the delays and one accident. Northbound 43 at Locust, they're still working on this, out of traffic on the right. So, delays basically coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way up to about the high-rise bridge. You get a little break, and then back on the brakes from the Marquette up to Keefe. On the southbound side, we got backups from Hampton all the way down to Locust, actually beyond that to about Fond du Lac Avenue. Westbound 94, a heavy ride out of the Marquette to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, slowing down from 92nd Street to almost 27th. Northbound 41 is backing up from before Blue Mound Road, pretty much all the way up past Burleigh. And then on the bypass, we've got northbound out of the Hale up to National, eastbound out of the Hale all the way to about 60th Street. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 45 degrees today, and we're just about there right now at 44. Our temperatures begin dropping this afternoon. We'll get down to the freezing mark by 6 o'clock, which will cause this rain to transition over to slushy snow. Snow showers and everything coming to an end tonight, low down to 24. So there'll be a lot of freezing of whatever wet has been falling. Thursday, though, we melt off. Mostly sunny skies and a high of 40. Right now, 44 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:13 on a Wednesday morning, Wisconsin's Morning News. Greg Pancake Hill produces the program. Erik Bilstad, Vince Vitrano here with you. Adam Roberts in the newsroom and Debbie on the cars. We were with you till 9 o'clock this morning. Expected negotiations on tariffs. A message from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky suggesting a mineral rights deal and pathway to ending the war with Russia is in sight. And praise and criticism of President Trump's 100 minutes long address to a joint session of Congress.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
CBS reporter Olivia Rinaldi joins us now on Wisconsin's Morning News. A speech that lasted 100 minutes. So many different places we can start, Olivia. But I guess for the one that I think is impacting at least Americans the most at the moment would be the tariff talk. What are we hearing as far as this morning goes with the tariffs we have in place?
Yeah, certainly a very long address from the president last night in that joint address. It was the longest such speech in modern history. But you're right, the conversation surrounding tariffs is the one that Americans were most interested in hearing. And Trump last night did say, you're going to have to bear with me. There's going to be an adjustment period. And that's the first acknowledgement I've heard, at least from this president and this administration, that Americans are going to have to, maybe tighten that belt just a little bit more. We've already been feeling the pressure of high prices for, 5 years now, we can say. So Trump saying you're going to feel that squeeze for a little bit longer as we sort out this tariff issue. And of course, yesterday was the first day these tariffs went into effect. We saw retaliatory tariffs from Canada announcing more tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods from the Canadians or from the U.S. going into Canada. The Canadians said they're ready to ratchet that up to $120 billion worth of goods that cross our northern border. And Trump saying that those retaliatory tariffs that he planned for next month, well, they're going to go into effect very shortly, given what Canada is doing. So our most close geographical ally and economic ally, we are now fully engaged in a trade war with them. And the president acknowledging last night, Americans are going to feel the squeeze for a little longer.
Talking with CBS News reporter Olivia Rinaldi from Washington this morning. Olivia, it's interesting, though. There is some historic precedent for a president who is widely regarded for having a very healthy economy in Ronald Reagan. First couple of years of Reagan's term, not great, and we were coming off a bad economy, but to Trump's point about you have to endure some pain if you want what the Washington Post is calling the shock therapy approach to ultimately jumpstart the economy. That seems to be the message from Republicans in support of this.
It does. Trump speaking directly to farmers last night said, "You stuck with me last time. I got you a better deal. I brought you relief. Stick with me again. I promise we'll get there." So it is that squeeze point right now where, look, it's difficult, but these are America First policies that are going to make you stronger. And we have heard from farmers, from businesses in the U.S. that there are, some unfair advantages for Mexico and Canada on some of these trade deals. I should note that the trade deals we're currently working under is the USMCA, which was negotiated by the last Trump administration. So by their own admission, there's still a little bit of work to do to get trade where it needs to be. So it's, America forward, or America first facing, I should say. But yeah, Republicans acknowledging there's going to be issues here. This also comes as on Capitol Hill, they're in the midst of these budget negotiations, and they're trying to figure out what the Trump tax cuts also look like. So there's a lot on the plate economically for Republicans to kind of have to sift through and sort whether or not they bring relief to farmers within that budget bill in just anticipatory relief, or whether or not there's some concessions on the tax bill for these farmers. All questions outstanding for any of these people who are really going to be impacted. Not only farmers, I should mention, also the automobile industry. It's huge in the Midwest. I don't have to tell you, you know. But a lot of products that get made in the automobile industry are made in Canada, and they come across that border, several times a day. So this is something that's going to have wide impacts felt in the Midwest, in the salad bowl, down in Texas with energy, sweeping effects across the country.
And then there's Ukraine, Olivia.
How could we forget?
Right.
The amount of things going on. Yes, we heard from Trump yesterday. Well, I should note this morning, CBS News can report that we are pausing intelligence sharing with the Ukrainians. I cannot underscore how big that is. This is an ally of the U.S., an ally of the Five Eyes, which are the biggest intelligence gathering countries in the world. And we share this intelligence with them to give them that advantage on the battlefield. This has been credited with saving so many lives, giving the Ukrainians an advantage on that battlefield. We're no longer sharing that intel. It's critical. It's crucial for them. Certainly something that will have Zelensky singing a different tune to get that intelligence back, or perhaps get a conversation with Trump, some FaceTime with him to really make up for that Oval Office meeting, which, if you can believe it, was less than a week ago. I feel like we live 7 news cycles every day. But, this is can't underscore how critical enough this is for them. Of course, it comes after the U.S. paused aid to Ukraine. This is a war-shifting effort happening right now.
CBS News reporter Olivia Rinaldi is with us from Washington this morning. On the tenor and the tone of the whole event, Olivia, I have mixed feelings. You had this back and forth. I mean, I suppose it's fair to suggest that State of the Unions, or in this case, joint session of Congress and the address to that joint session, have gotten a little more raucous over the years.
Over the last 10 years
right.
or so?
The minority or the opposition has felt more welcome to speak out, to shout out. But this one elevated to a new level. You had the Democrat from Texas, Al Green, kicked out of the session because he wouldn't stop shaking his cane and trying to interrupt. Mixed feelings about how folks are reacting to that this morning.
Yeah, it's getting ugly in that chamber. I'm reminded of several years ago during the Obama years when that one congressman yelled out, "You lie." And the reaction from people was shocking back then.
Yes,
and now
appalling.
that just feels like, appalling. And now it's just, commonplace that this is happening during a joint address. But you're right. I think it distinctly highlights the split right now between the Democratic Party, which is some, particularly in the Senate side, understand, look, he has control of the White House, he has control of the Senate, he has control of the House, and they acknowledged that they did not have a winning message in 2024. A lot of the senators, I'm thinking of John Fetterman, are like, look, we have to work with these people. This is maybe not a mandate, but, the American people voted for him, and we have to work with him. On the other side, you have the resistance Democrats, not only Al Green, but you saw a lot of Democrats, Maxwell Frost, a few others in the squad, all leave the speech to protest it in the middle of it and really being vocal with their protests. And, it highlights this big division in the party of what's the best way to do that, because there is outrage to what Trump is doing, to what Elon Musk is doing. But is it the right thing to protest his joint address, or is it the right thing to maybe work with some of those moderates or those independents who switched and ended up voting for Trump the second time around, I guess third time around, you could say, really highlighted that deep divide. I heard Chuck Schumer this morning on CNN dodging a question of whether or not Alyssa Slotkin's approach to moderacy was better than Al Green's approach to, outrage and progressive, protests. And he dodged it completely because it's an awkward topic among their own party.
Olivia Rinaldi from CBS News. Sure appreciate you joining us, Olivia. Always enjoy your perspective. And I noted in the press pool looking ahead for today, the report listed no public events for the president. That must be welcome. Take a breath.
Public events. I'll take it. Yeah. I'll take it.
Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, guys.
We should point out, she mentioned that intel not being shared with Ukraine. Remember all the stories about how incredible our intel was? Like how we knew what Russia was going to do before it did it.
And we told Ukraine, hey, by the way.
Yeah. And enough where Zelensky didn't even believe it, according to the Woodward book. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, thanks. And they're like, no, seriously, this is going to happen. And it did. So think about that. Think about all the intel now that they are not seeing. I don't know you can last very long without that.
8:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News. All right, what do you see happening on the roads here, Deb?
Well, slowdowns, that's for sure. We've got northbound 43. They're still working on this accident off on the right shoulder at Locust. So delays basically come out of the Plainfield curve all the way up past Locust to Keefe. Southbound is going to be slow from Hampton all the way down past Locust. We've got westbound 94 slowing from 20th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. We've also got eastbound slowing down from 84th Street all the way to 25th. Northbound on the bypass backing up from about Howard Avenue up to National. More delays northbound north of the zoo all the way up past Burleigh. Southbound's going to be backed up Silver Spring to Capitol. And then eastbound on 894. Out of the Hale interchange, going to be slow past Loomis. And the westbound side slowing from about just before Loomis all the way to about 68th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's Brian Noonan. I've only been on this weight loss journey for 3 weeks. I've already lost 23 pounds thanks to the amazing team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been eating healthier, drinking more water, and I feel a lot more energized. There's no better way to start the new year.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Tired of staring at your old garage door? It's the biggest door to your house. It makes the biggest impression. We got a chance for you to transform the look of your home with Lifetime Door Company, giving you a chance to win a free garage door, plus the free installation. Value of the whole package up to $8,000, and it's easy to enter the contest. Just text GARAGE to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620, or go right to WTMJ.com. Poof! It's right there on the front of the page. Click on the Lifetime Door Contest and enter your name and information. You're set to go. Don't wait. Do it today. And actually, maybe you're really happy with your garage door. Tell a friend then who you think needs one. I mean, that's a delicate conversation. Hey, I wasn't saying, I'm just saying maybe you would like a new garage door. For contest rules, visit our website at WTMJ.com.
With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
If treating your Top Gun has taught us anything,
the Dallas Mavericks have Luka Doncic, and they traded for Anthony Davis.
It's that the sequel is never as good as the original.
I give you Captain Pete Mitchell, call sign Maverick.
Talk to me, Goose.
The Mavericks head to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks.
Pocket pass to Giannis, who soars in and plunges it through with a one-hand slam.
Our Bucks radio coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
8:27 on Wisconsin's Morning News. This morning, more prayers for Pope Francis as he continues to battle several serious health issues on this Ash Wednesday. He is not leading services today at the Vatican. One of the cardinals stepping in for him.
This kind of infection that he has fought off, and now these complications aren't unusual for a man of his age, and they are taking it day by day.
The Pope said to have had a peaceful night, but still in the hospital. And this morning, sounds of Mardi Gras fading on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Today
is that
begins,
a live feed?
Right, might as well be, right? Yeah. Couple of instruments still out there, a few stragglers, right? Today begins the Christian holy season of Lent, and we're coming off of Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday, Punchki Day, wherever you need it. Put away the accordion for another year, I guess. What'd you think of the Punchki? What did you go with yesterday, raspberry?
I did raspberry.
Yeah, good. I had raisin for the first time.
First time having a raisin punchki, not you've had raisins.
I've had raisins, yeah. Yes. But no, they have prune and the raisin, the originals, right? The OGs of the punchki world.
And how was it?
Well, it was interesting because there was no filling.
So it's just dough?
Yeah.
With raisins.
It had like the taste and effect of a fritter.
Okay. Ooh.
It was solid. I enjoyed it, but I just was like waiting for where's the filling?
The creamy middle?
Yeah, exactly, and nothing. You had raspberry all over the table upstairs.
Yeah, it was kind of messy.
That's a tough one.
Sorry about that.
How about the reason for the season, the business of fasting and of Lent? When I worked at TMJ4, and you knew this guy, Mark Krieger, he was our assignment desk manager at TMJ4. He is now still in that role over at Fox 6 News. Really important job. They answer the phones. They gather all the press releases. They assign photographers and reporters. You're working with this person. You're out there with that. You're going to be on this story, all of those things. And Mark was also one of the smartest people I know. And he would grow frustrated every year with a general lack of understanding about the various implications and practices of Lent, even amongst Christians of different denominations, right? Some were more religious than others.
Of course.
But some of these things were not fully understood by the news writers, by producers, by reporters. So every year, Mark would put out this treatise, this long note, as a reference guide. It was actually very much appreciated and really helpful because Mark would send reporters out to things. So maybe you're covering a Catholic Mass, but you're Lutheran, or you might not even be Christian or whatever. And so this was your reference guide to all of the things that go on in this holy season. So from Mark, let me read an excerpt or two to get us all caught up and on the same page on this Ash Wednesday. The following is some information, he writes, that you may find useful in covering and writing stories about the season of Lent. Lent celebrated by Christians, Baptist, Congregational, Episcopalian, Lutheran, Presbyterian, Roman Catholic, United Church of Christ, United Methodist, and non-denominational Christian churches. We should not write that just because we attended one denomination's Mass or services, that they are exclusively the ones observing this season. So in other words, like, this is everybody under this tent here.
Yep.
Let's be aware of that. First day of Lent is known as Ash Wednesday. Ashes are normally placed on the foreheads of the faithful during religious services. He goes in to cover some of the roots of Ash Wednesday, and specifically that usually the ashes come from the dried palms from Palm Sunday the previous year. Lent itself runs for 40 days. This parallels the 40 days that Jesus spent fasting and in prayer in the wilderness. He goes into the root of the word, or the word Lent and its roots. Also that everything culminates in Holy Week, which begins with Palm Sunday, includes Maundy or Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Saturday's Easter Vigil, which, as I mentioned before, quick aside, I was an altar boy. I grew up Catholic and over at St. Jude there in Wauwatosa, and one year was assigned the Easter Vigil Mass. Okay, we'll do that. We do Easter on Saturday evening then at church. Bring snacks. That's a long one, folks. Let me tell you, sneak something in your purse. You may need it to sustain you.
Some peanut butter crackers.
Ordeal. That is a long one. Everything leading up, of course, to Easter, which brings the new season of Eastertide. The note goes on, like it's even more specific, but much appreciated. He did close on this note. Finally, this is not intended to slight or offend any staff members of other faiths. If anyone would like to write up a message about Yom Kippur or Hanukkah or Ramadan or any other holy day, season, or what have you as they come up on the calendar, please do so, as it can be a learning experience for all of us. So Ash Wednesday services locally and around the world are underway today. 8:32 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I need information about siding, I call Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
I'm Scott Klein. If you're tired of painting or your siding is beyond repair, it may be time to look at the advantages of a new siding system. Additional insulation, along with Tyvek's weatherization system, can significantly improve your home's energy efficiency while protecting it from water and air infiltration. We offer a variety of siding products, all installed by J&B's certified employees, which will provide decades of performance and beauty.
For a complimentary siding evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
The Mind Chef's Wednesday all-you-can-eat Lenten fish fry is $7.99. Kids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Just walk in today for your $7.99 Wednesday fish fry. That's amazing. MindChefRestaurant.com.
Coming up on 8:35 on Wisconsin's Morning News, I'm Vince Vitrano. Our top story, a lengthy address to Congress from the Commander-in-Chief.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A major shift in relations with Ukraine.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Still kind of a heavy ride northbound 43 out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. That accident at Locust still being worked on off on the right shoulder. Southbound is backing up from about Capitol Drive down to Locust. Northbound 4394 heavy out of the Plainfield curve all the way up to the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's heavy from 84th Street solid to about 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast a high of 45 degrees, and we're pretty much there. By this afternoon, temperatures will begin dropping as our rain transitions to snow. Snow showers coming to an end tonight, low down to 24. Right now at 44 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center.
Citizens, America is back.
President Trump addressing that joint session of Congress Tuesday night. The speech coming days after the president and vice president got into a dust-up with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. That was in the Oval Office. President Trump announcing that he was pausing aid to Ukraine. During the speech, President Trump says Zelensky has since sent him a letter offering to resume negotiations.
Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer.
Meanwhile, the president plans to pause intelligence sharing with Ukraine. CBS reporter Olivia Rinaldi is in Washington. She joined us just moments ago, and she says it marks a major shift in relations by pausing the intel.
I cannot underscore how big that is. This is an ally of the U.S., an ally of the Five Eyes, which are the biggest intelligence gathering countries in the world. We share this intelligence with them to give them that advantage on the battlefield. This has been credited with saving so many lives, giving the Ukrainians an advantage on that battlefield.
The director of the CIA says he's hopeful the pause will soon be lifted.
We have new information this morning about a teenager who went missing over the weekend from Oak Creek. She's 13 years old. Her name is Liliana Asala, and apparently she needed to get some fresh air Saturday, left the house on foot, and ended up at her last known location, a park near Drexel and Clement in Oak Creek. That's based on her cell phone location data. That was at about 5 p.m. Phone was found the next day at a skate park. You can see photos of Asala up on our website, WTMJ.com.
A former Greenfield police officer faces charges for recording underage girls.
41-year-old Fernando Bustos of Greendale faces one felony count of invasion of privacy with a surveillance device of victims under the age of 18. Bustos was a security coordinator with Cristo Rey Jesuit High School. In reviewing his school-issued laptop, authorities noticed 379 videos, many of which showed girls changing in the locker room between May of 24 and February of 25. One video revealed the defendant installing a video camera inside the girls' locker room. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The Better Business Bureau out with its yearly report on the riskiest scams, those involving investments, employment, and romance top the list.
Online shopping scams fell to fourth on the national list, but are very common here in the Badger State.
Online purchase scams I am seeing reported in Wisconsin all day, every day.
Lisa Schiller is a senior director of investigations at the BBB serving Wisconsin. She tracks the scams people report.
Green Bay Packer gear, Brewers jerseys, that type of thing. People jump online. It's either a fake online website or they never get the items. They're counterfeit.
Across the country, shopping scams make up 30% of all reports to the BBB scam tracker. Nearly 90% of those targeted lost money. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Let's see how markets are reacting this morning after a couple of really tough days. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up off the opening bell, up about 65 points to 42,586. The S&P 500 at 5777. That is largely flat at the moment, and the NASDAQ falling further, down about another 50 points to 18,235. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:39.
Traffic is sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Nestled in the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest lies the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds. Journey through 90 years of history in the timbered stone structure. It's gorgeous. And when you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free 7 days a week. An amazing deal at an amazing place. Choice steaks, ribs, seafood, pasta, a big fresh salad, even the steak and lobster, any entree, your second dinner's free. The Fox and Hounds desserts, and I love those, and huge ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. Unwind with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, 20 bourbons on their bourbon list, over 100 fine wines, 8 elegant dining rooms with real wood-burning fireplaces. Wherever you live, it's worth the spectacular drive through the Kettle Moraine for your free dinner. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, a Top Choice Award winner for fine dining and most romantic restaurant. Take your family to the Fox and Hounds this week. Half your dinners are free. I love this place. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
One of the few home improvement projects where you ultimately save money after getting the work done. With USA Insulation, the savings start immediately. Vince Vitrano here. You know your homes lose 35% of their energy through the walls. Many homes built before 1980 have little to no insulation. USA Insulation will fill those walls with premium injection foam. It's so much more efficient than other types of insulation. Plus, they don't have to tear up your walls to get it done. Most jobs can be completed in as little as a day, and every job starts saving you money right now. Jeff and his team can save you thousands on the work by walking you through discounts and rebates that are available to most homeowners as well. Get in touch now. USA Insulation. That's usainsulation.net.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace! You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
842. How's the drive, Deb?
Well, we're still dealing with this accident northbound 43 at Locust. It is off on the right shoulder. We've got also delays right out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. On the southbound side, it's getting a little better. We're still delayed from Capitol Drive down past Locust. Westbound 94, backups from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's heavy from 84th to 27th, actually 35th. Northbound on 41, we got delays from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past North Avenue, almost to Burleigh. And northbound 4394, coming out of the Plainfield curve, going to be a bit tight up past Oklahoma Avenue, and then again from Lincoln up to the high-rise bridge. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
It's official. We now officially have a new superintendent for MPS. The board on Tuesday evening at the Milwaukee Public School District did approve a contract, a 2-year deal for Dr. Brenda Caselius. So she is now officially the leader in 10 days. She spoke with TMJ4's Megan Lee about, you start here on March 15th.
When you applied for this position, did you think you were going to, start March 15th and have the boots on the ground already?
I did not. No, but I'm willing and able, ready to roll up my sleeves and get started with the board and the full community.
I did not, but here we are.
Well, I thought we were talking about June for a target date of getting everything worked out.
So that was done and completed on Tuesday night. Also, they did vote to implement the SROs. So it's a 50-50 with the city as far as payment. The superintendent on that to TMJ4 News.
I'm used to working with our police community, and so we're just going to make sure that that's a good implementation, that we're working with the full community and our school communities on the implementation.
We did ask Dr. Ken Harris about this, former Milwaukee Police Lieutenant, our companion from 1017 The Truth, and asked him, okay, so what do officers really need to train to become an SRO? Here's what he said.
Working in a school is a bit different from going to someone's home. You have to understand what the local rules are. Some things a student can do can be considered criminal, but the school may want to handle it internally. It's that borderline, because, now we arrest for everything. You know, everybody calls the police for, cats and trees.
All right, so he's getting there, but his point, there are things you can learn and things that you can get to before you.
It's different than being a traffic cop.
Right, yes.
It's different than being a detective.
Yep. So that will start here shortly, and we are off and running with a new era of Milwaukee Public Schools.
8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News coming up. If you have any designs of going to the NFL Draft in Green Bay, you're going to want to do this now.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet Spring Workwear event is going on now, and we have a great selection of quality workwear styles at unbeatable prices. Like 30% off men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.49 each. Save $10 on Ariat Rebar Made Tough work pants. New at Blaine's, men's brunch workwear apparel, 25% off. Plus, earn $30 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 spent on Carhartt gear. We've got the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for QC Kinetics. You know, often asked about QC Kinetics and the treatments there, and people ask, okay, well, is it something that they should consider for their joint pain? And here's the questions that if you answer yes to these, then yeah, you need to consider QC Kinetics. 1, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain? Knees, hips, shoulders, back. Do you have trouble sleeping? Walking even? Next, do you want to avoid surgery and all the pain and long recovery and uncertainty that comes with that? If it's yes there, then yeah, you should consider QC. Plus, most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love, like golfing or hanging with the grandkids or running with the children or water skiing, all of that stuff? If the answer is yes, then yes, QC Kinetics is what you need to consider. And it's so easy to call them and just learn about the process. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. Set yourself up an appointment. Sit down and talk to them about it. They got a spot in Mequon. They got another office in Greenfield. Local clinicians can answer your questions. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Tired of staring at the same old garage door? Vince Vitrano here, Lifetime Door Company, wants to give you a new one for free. Your chance to win by texting GARAGE to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. All you need to do is take a picture of your garage door or get creative. Tell us a story. Register to win, and you can pick the door of your dreams. Valued at up to $8,000, text GARAGE to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. For contest rules, visit our website, WTMJ.com. NFL Draft in Green Bay, just about 6 weeks away.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
You did the math on this, E. We're 50 days out.
50 days.
So starting right now, if you want to go in person, you can sign up for free entry to the event. So you don't have to pay to get into the NFL Draft, but you do have to register to sign up. April 24th is the first round, with the NFL Draft Experience opening at noon on that day. The whole show gets underway at 7 o'clock our time, but all kinds of stuff to do well ahead of that. Packers announcing this week that fans can register for entry either by downloading an app. It's called the NFL One Pass. So you get that on your Google Play or Apple Store, right? Or online at NFL.com. Every adult is required to register. All registrants may include up to 5 children per entry. So you want to take your kid and his buddy or whatever, then that's one adult. Put the kids on there as well. I don't know if you need to give all the information on the numbers of children or names, but you can figure that out once you go online and do that. Erik says it shouldn't be a problem because no one's going to go.
That's
what you said this morning. No one will attend this.
My question was, and I know they're not the same, but there is some similarities to the RNC, which took place here in Milwaukee last summer, and the draft when it comes to local residents and how local residents may behave. You will recall that during the RNC in Milwaukee, it's kind of a ghost town.
Yes.
In a lot of the areas of the city, unless you were a delegate who spent most of their time either in their hotels, in a bus back to their hotels, or in the actual zone where the RNC was taking place. A lot of the restaurants didn't do very well. People didn't go into the city because they just figured it was going to be too crazy. Could the same thing happen in Green Bay?
So do you question whether or not there will be spillover in Greater Green Bay, in Ashwaubenon, in Hobart, in De Pere, or do you question whether people will go to this NFL draft experience even at all?
A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. I don't know. Part of me wonders whether or not, are you going to be interested? And I want everyone to go. Don't get me wrong.
Eric hates the NFL draft. Wants it to be a failure.
No, but think about that. If you're considering it, you're like, oh, man, even on game day, traffic up there is kind of rough. I'm not going to think about going up.
I would have to tell you, that is a very Wisconsin thing.
Yeah.
Right? At the crowds.
41. Are you kidding me? In construction there on 41?
Get up there. Watch from home. Better from home anyway.
They traded a pick anyway.
That is so us, right?
So
okay, fine.
But
we also fall over ourselves for the Packers.
That's true.
So both forces will be at work.
We've also seen large numbers at the major championships in golf that have been in town. So,
yeah,
I would rather think that a lot of people would show up, but I don't know. It's worth asking the question.
I think, it's interesting questions to ask. And just because for months or years, as was the case with both conventions, the predictions were like, oh, downtown's going to be mobbed. Every restaurant's going to be full. Whatever. And that didn't largely come to fruition, but for inside that security zone. I wonder if the same thing plays out here in Green Bay and Ashwaubenon around Lambeau Field. At Titletown, at the NFL draft experience, quote unquote, a lot of people. But if you're a few blocks away in sort of downtown Green Bay, or if you're over on the other side of the river.
But you would think that if there's at least any place where there's a place to stay, you might see some type of, even down here.
Okay, fine.
There's going to be shuttles down here, so you'd like to think that those people are going to go eat.
A place to stay, and if you visited Green Bay, put a tent up in the parking lot and serve Bloody Marys. Boom, you have an event, and people will be there. I assure you.
This is a good point. You're right.
8:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News. More time before 9 o'clock, Debbie.
Okay, they're wrapping up this accident northbound 43 at Locust. Still there, though. Just be careful. Still going to be heavy out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. On westbound 94, backing up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's heavy from about 76th Street to 35th. And then we still have a pocket of heavy traffic on northbound 41 from Mayfair Road pretty much all the way up past Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
There's no reason in the world why someone needs a sign about a campaign that's already over. You won! In the case of this sign and those neighbors, you won. Be happy about it. And it's not a yard decoration.
On the Political Power Hour.
There are ordinances in place in every community in this state where it tells you exactly what you can and can't do. You can't have a junkyard in here. Prepare yourself for a sign war in Slinger.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Yeah, how about the forecast for today? We'll have falling temperatures, and the rain that falls will transition to slushy snow. And then it gets below freezing tonight, so we'll have a lot of ice, slips, and falls. Best thing you can do is prevent muscle sprains and strains, and even worse this winter season. Next best thing is to have any injuries treated right away by the experts in orthopedic care. You can make an appointment anytime online at orthowisconsin.com, but if it's something that just happened or happens over the weekend, no reason to tough it out and wait till Monday. Ortho Wisconsin's ASAP clinics have hours 7 days a week. You just walk right in. Even fractures, they can handle that. Both in Pewaukee and Brookfield, both locations have x-rays available right there on site. Monday through Saturday in Pewaukee, Sunday through Friday in Brookfield. Walk right in or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
Looking to escape the winter chill? Fox World Travel has you covered. Whether it's an all-inclusive vacation with Apple Vacations, a luxurious Princess Cruise, or a European adventure with Globus and Avalon, we create unforgettable experiences just for you. Enjoy last-minute deals, exclusive offers, and personalized itineraries. From booking to boarding, we handle all the details for a stress-free trip. Ready to get out of the cold? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention code RADIO to start planning your getaway today.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Did you see the video of this human cannonball stunt? We should point out, human cannonball stunt performer is okay.
Good start, though.
Yeah, we got to get to that right away.
Just want to let you know he's okay.
He's okay. After being taken to the hospital, though, he was shot out of a cannon in California at the old Riverside County Fair. Shoot you 65 feet into the air at a speed of 55 miles per hour.
That's not even like a big league circus. That's just like county fair cannon guy.
You don't trust those cannons.
Right, that's A-ball at best.
So here's what happened. They shoot him, goes toward the net. Whoa, he bounced out of the net. So he didn't hit the net flush. He hit kind of the end of it a little bit. So if you think about even like a trampoline or whatever, sometimes the ends are a little bit tighter, right? Okay. So then he bounced out. He like literally bounced out of the net.
He got inside the little cannon, and it took them a while to like shoot him out. But he shot out and landed on the net and then flew off.
It's going to be okay, but
sure did.
It was ugly. Like he bounced and flipped around and everyone's like, whoa, and all this. And that was one of the witnesses who saw it happen. And I guess she kind of knew it was going to go down.
I had a feeling something was going to happen because it's really windy. And he seemed nervous.
I don't know how she knew he was nervous.
And I saw the guy out back. He was really pulling on a cigarette hard.
And sweaty.
Murmuring to himself about this damn job.
He kept pacing back and forth outside.
I told them I was done doing this forever. I'm a lion tamer. Why did they put me in the cannon?
I so want to talk to this witness. Right. Supposed to do this.
Right. He's just like, I was a clown, and then they said, you're in the cannon this week. I said, I'm not doing that. Yes, you are.
I've never practiced on the cannon before.
I guess he knew what he was doing.
It was windy. Anyway, he's going to be okay. That's the most important part, is that he is all right.
And he seemed nervous.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A pair of national restaurant chains could be coming to Oconomowalk's Olympia Fields redevelopment. A Chipotle and a Florida-based breakfast, brunch, and lunch chain called First Watch are being considered for the space in addition to a previously announced Panera. Douglas Dynamics has promoted from within for